Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel, Maple Leafs Media. I'm your guy, Jake, and I'm doing a little something different here. I got a live game reaction for the game between the Calgary Flames, the Toronto Maple Leafs, the second straight game between these two teams. The Maple Leafs are out in Alberta right now. Should be a fun matchup. We've got some comments rolling in already. I gotta show this right here. Go Leafs, go! Go Leafs, go! It's gonna be a long night. Thank you for tuning in. Get your popcorn ready, get comfortable. We're going to be on here probably for the next 3 hours or so. And then afterwards, I'll be joined by Rib, and we will talk a little bit about the postgame. So this is probably going to be a 4-hour live stream. Thanks for tuning in, and go Leafs. We got some comments. Sweep them. Sweep the Flames. I mean, it's still a possibility. This is just the second game of 9. We'll see them 7 more times after tonight. So, I mean, sweeping them, it's not really a full sweep if we win these 2 games. It'd be nice, though. 9 games, that'd be tough to do. John Howard says, go Leafs, go. Go Leafs, go. Roll it in. Throw it out in the comment section. Go Leafs, go. Welcome back to the show, John. Robert Ferguson, always in the comment section. I hear the Wayne train is rumbling in. Toot toot! Yeah, let's go. The Wayne train, all aboard. If you haven't boarded, make sure you're boarding now. The Wayne train got his 500th career point in the NHL last game against the Flames, and I think that it's going to continue. He's really been giving it his all out there. He's an extremely hardworking player. The Wayne train, I wouldn't be surprised to see a big game from Wayne Simmonds out there tonight. It's going to be exciting to watch. It's going to be fun to watch. There's some more Go Leafs Go in the comments section. Love to see it. Maple Leafs rule. Yahoo, let's go. Go Leafs Go. It's going to be a fun show. Leave your thoughts, whatever you want to talk about, in the comment section. And Travis Dermott was scratched from today's lineup, as was Jason Spezza. Jason Spezza given a rest day. And Travis Dermott traded or going to be given to Seattle next year for the expansion draft. I wouldn't be surprised to see him drafted by Seattle in the expansion draft, but I don't necessarily think that we're in a rush to trade him away. It's just one game that we've really scratched him, and I think the reason for that is more the fact that we have Mikko Lehtinen and Rasmus Sandin just sitting on the taxi squad. Mikko Lehtinen's going to get some playing time tonight, and it's really not beneficial to anybody just to be sitting there on the taxi squad. So I don't necessarily think that means Dermott's going to be traded anytime soon, but the possibility, it still remains. He could be traded for sure. There's a question, do you think it's Vince Dunn for Travis Dermott? Vince Dunn was also scratched from St. Louis's lineup. Another defenseman at 24 years old. It's a possibility, but I don't think so. I don't think it's going to happen. Hall is good this year. He leaped over Travis Dermott, and you're right, he absolutely did. But the thing about Travis Dermott, he's still very young, and he's $870,000 contract. Justin Hall's been outstanding this year. Justin Hall, I had to pick him up in fantasy. I actually had to pick up Justin Hall in fantasy hockey. He was leading the team in blocks and hits. Justin Hall's been exceptional this year, and look for that to continue. I'm super excited for this matchup, and it's going to be a fun show. Caden's in here. Seen him over on the Bills bunker as well, so shout out to Caden. He's always supporting the channels, the content, and if you haven't already, Make sure you check out the Bills Bunker YouTube channel. It's all about the Buffalo Bills. Jack Campbell got hurt. Jack Campbell did get hurt. He's going to miss the next 4 weeks or so with a leg injury, so that sucks. We will be seeing Michael Hutchinson return as a backup of this team. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. Mike, I agree. I agree with your comment right here. Wayne Simmons, the Wayne train. He's coming in hot. Just let's have a great game here. I'm super excited. What's everyone thinking about tonight's game? Any score predictions? Is there any score predictions? I'll give mine. I'm feeling I think it's going to be another close game, and I think that 4-3, I'm taking Toronto in this one. I'm taking Toronto here. I think we're going to go 2 straight against the Calgary Flames and take that momentum into Edmonton. This Alberta road trip, it could be a really good thing for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Vince Dunn, Travis Dermott rumors. So, yeah, as I was saying, I don't necessarily think that Travis Dermott's going to get traded. It could definitely happen. Definitely could happen. But I don't necessarily think that him being scratched this one time means we're in a big rush to trade him away. We have Rasmus Sandin and Mikko Lehtinen. Lehtinen's only gotten 2 games this year. Rasmus Sandin, not at all. So it's really not beneficial to those guys to have them just sitting on the side. Travis Dermott, he could be traded. He definitely could be traded. You've heard his name thrown around a lot. But I don't really see a glaring need to trade him away. He's just more defensive depth, and he helps his team out. Mark Williamson says 4-2 Leafs. John's got 5-0 Maple Leafs. I like it. I like that. Big shout out to you, Jake, and all of Leafs Nation. I'm in Calgary. Shout out to you from Calgary, Robert. Go Leafs, go. 7-1 Leafs. I love it. I love the confidence you've got. And then Mike with a 4-3 Toronto victory. That's what I think. I think it's going to be a close game, 4-3 Toronto. Bit more high scoring than the last time these two teams met a couple days back, but I think it's going to be 4-3 Toronto. John says Hutch is a backup. Now Frederik Andersen should play a few games. Andersen, I wouldn't be surprised to see him get the remainder of the starts for this Alberta road trip. We got 2 more against Edmonton and the one tonight against Calgary. Frederik Andersen, he's a starter on this team, and Michael Hutchinson's not really going to contest that. Michael Hutchinson, we're going to need him to come in and play. Definitely over the next 4 weeks. We're going to need him to play at least a couple games. But if we can minimize that and see Frederik Andersen do what he's been doing over the past couple of years, and then when Jack Campbell gets back, we can rest Freddie. That'd be really good. Frederik Andersen played the 3rd most minutes in the NHL last year, so that's we've really had a glaring need at the backup goalie position, and Jack Campbell's done a good job of filling that hole. And it sucks to see him go down with an injury, but when he gets back, I expect him to have a fire lit under him. I like you, Mike. I like your comment. Don't trade Dermott. I don't really see how we can benefit from trading Travis Dermott. He's 23 years old, already over 150 games of NHL experience, $870,000 contract, and he's from around the Toronto area. He wants to be a Maple Leafs player. I don't see it benefiting this team trading him away. I think that he could definitely go in the expansion draft. I think that that's realistic. But I don't think Kyle Dubas is looking to trade away Travis Dermott right now. I really don't. And if he does, it's definitely a possibility. He could definitely trade him. John Howard's got 7-4 Toronto. Let's go. High scoring affair. I like it. Chuck is back here in the comments section. Welcome back to the show, Chuck. Burke, as in Brian Burke, he corrected it. Brian Burke just said along the lines that someone should talk to Kachuk and warn him. If you run our goalie, we're going to do the same. I'm not a big fan of running goalies or anything. I think that Kachuk play, that was a questionable play. It could have been malicious. It might not have been. It's hard to really judge. It looked dangerous though. It was a dangerous play, and you hate to see that. So, I mean, I think I already thought coming into the season that this matchup between the Flames and Maple Leafs, I expected it to be a real rivalry by the end of the year. And with Wayne Simmons, Matthew Tkachuk on either side, I wouldn't be surprised to see it take off. These teams, 7 more times they'll meet after tonight. It's going to be a rivalry, and I think we're going to see some fireworks tonight. Let's go. I'm super excited. Let's go. It's almost game time. Bruce says it was malicious. Very well could have been. Very well could have been. A lot of people say, look at the history of Matthew Tkachuk. And yeah, a lot of people say, dirty hit on Campbell. He definitely did it on purpose. To me, video showed it. I mean, yeah, yeah. It's tough. It's tough, and you want to see your guys standing up for your goalie in that position. You think that? I'd think that Matthew Tkachuk, he's gonna be watched very closely over these next couple of games, and he's on to start the game. So let's go. Who we got starting against this first line? Matthew Tkachuk. It's gonna be a fun game. It's gonna be a fun game. John Howard says, "Let's go, Freddie. Let's go, Freddie. Let's go." I like your attitude, John. Leafs gonna win the cup this year. We'll see it. We'll see it. Remains to be seen. Chuck, I'm with you. I think it's definitely a possibility, and we're underway here. Let's go. So the first line changed up: Marner, Hyman, and Matthews on the first line here tonight. How's everyone feeling tonight? We excited or what? I think that this is gonna be a good game for sure. And after the game, I'll be here for the next 3 or 4 hours, and I'm not going anywhere. Rib's gonna join me for a bit after the game, and we'll give you our thoughts after as well. I'm just gonna be on here throughout the entire game, giving you a reaction, and afterwards I'll still be here and I'll do my post game show combined with this. I'd like to see the Maple Leafs get a bit more physical this game. We haven't won the hit compartments in a game yet. We've been behind in hits every single game. I'd definitely like us to out hit the Flames here tonight. Lions mixed up again, and even though I'm a Flames fan, I respect you. Hey, respect to you as well. Respect to you as well. Welcome to the channel. Haven't seen you on here before, but we welcome fans. Whether you're a Flames fan, a Bruins fan, a Habs fan, Leafs fans, we welcome all fans on here. And it's going to be a good game. You guys got a good squad over there in Calgary. It's going to be a good game. It's going to be a hard-fought matchup. Again, welcome to the channel. Chuck says, what you think of Hutchinson being the backup? I think it is what it is at this point. We're going to have to see him play some games. And I know Leafs Nation, you might not like that, but he's on this team, and we just got to see how it works out. I don't think that he's going to get a lot of starts. Campbell's out for 4 weeks or so. So Frederik Andersen, he can definitely carry the weight of the load for the next month or so. And Hutchinson will get his time in. He'll get his time in the net, but he won't get too much. John Howard said, Ribs, what do you say? Ribs is going to be on later. Ribs will be on later tonight. He'll be on tonight for the post-game reaction to this game. Thank you for the comment, Stephanie. Loved the show. Love to see the viewer engagement. Thank you. Continue dropping your comments throughout the show and your thoughts on what's happening in this game right here. We got a trade rumor. I'll get to that after the next whistle. I'll get to that. I started Morgan Riley in fantasy over Justin Hall tonight because he had a 3-point night the other night, and it's more of a banger league that I'm in. Like, it's shots, block shots, and hits count for a lot, but I just feel Morgan Riley can have another big night and on the power play. Thank you, and yeah, to anyone that's watching, make sure you smash the like button and hit the notification bell. Share this video, tell a friend to tell a friend. Really helps out the channel. We're growing and bringing you content almost daily. It's a grind, it's a lot, but I love doing it, and I love connecting with Leafs Nation and hockey fans in general. So thank you, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Jason, always in here, always viewing. Nice to see you on here. I'll be on here for the next 3 or 4 hours. And I will get to that trade request or that trade rumor. For those who don't know, on this channel, I usually do trade offers, and I give my analysis on the trade offers throughout a live show. I'm not going to really do that too much, but at the intermissions, I'll do that a bunch. Not during the game, but during the intermissions, I'll take trade offers, and I'll let you know what I think of them. It's a good comment. Good comment, Jason. I agree with you. He's got to make the most of his opportunities, and that's what we want to see with these players that are really made their way into the lineup tonight. Jason Spezza being scratched, Travis Dermott being scratched. We want to see Lettinen, Boyd, and really solidify their roles on the team and see what they can do. Make the most of their opportunities, because the opportunities you have in this season, it's very limited. We're going to see a limited number of games from these players, and we need to see our depth really play a big role in this team. The teams with the most depth going down further in the stretch of the season, those are the teams that are going to have the most success. It's also just a big rest day for Jason Spezza, a veteran. Travis Dermott, there's been comments throughout the show if he's going to be traded or whatever. I don't really necessarily think that's going to be the case. We got comments about a goalie. Yes, Wayne Simmons, baby. The Wayne train. Woo! Let's go, baby. I got the red light going. Let's go again. Let's go. See that right there? Let's go. The red light. Wayne Simmons. The Wayne train. Point number 501 on the NHL career. What a legend. Love to see it. Nice goal. Let's go, Leafs. Go, Leafs, go. 1-0 Leafs. Wayne Simmons. Wayne Simmons with a goal. Damn it, says the Calgary fan. Jason says he called it last game. Wayne Simmons would get his first goal as a Maple Leaf on the power play. You did say that on the show. And Clarkey did as well the night before. So shout out to you, and big shout out to Clarkey. He's probably watching. You're watching. Shout out to you guys with your prediction there. Point number 501. The Wayne train. All aboard the Wayne train. Let's go. And we got comments about the goalies. We're going to get to that very shortly. Justin Hall, Jimmy Vesey, and that stings a bit that Justin Hall got the assist. I sat him in fantasy tonight. I sat him for Morgan Riley. Damn. I think Morgan Riley can still have a big night tonight, though. Question about the goalie. Do you think Toronto goes after another goalie? And I don't really think it makes sense to in this season. There's a 14-day quarantine period, and the 14-day quarantine period, by the time that finishes, we've reached halfway point in Jack Campbell's expected timeout. He's expected to miss 4 weeks, so I don't really see the point in bringing in another goalie. Michael Hutchinson, he's familiar with the team, familiar with the system. So it makes most sense to just keep what we have right now. And if a goalie did become available on waivers, maybe we swoop in and pick him up, like what New Jersey did to us with Aaron Dell. But I don't really see the need for it right now. I really don't. I don't think they'll go after another goalie. I'm with you. PC, let's go. Go Leafs, go. Let's go. Uh, you think he'd drop the gloves tonight against Kachuk? And I think it's definitely a possibility. I definitely think it's a possibility. I'd watch for it. I'd watch for it. First period, it's early, but I think some fireworks are going to be lit in this game. Definitely. But if the Leafs are up, Wayne Simmons might not even drop the gloves. He's a smart player. He's a leader. And if he lost that fight, which I don't think he would, that would really shift the momentum in the Flames' direction. And Wayne Simmons, he's a team player. He's not going to just drop the gloves in an untimely manner. He knows what he's doing. He does it with intention to really bring the team together and spark the team. D-back says Flames. Flames down 1-0 early. Rough shot attempt by Tanev there. Let's go, Bogo. Let's go, Bogosian. So Flames haven't gotten a shot on goal yet through the first 6 minutes of the game. Looking good. We've really brought the energy early. I like this. I like this early. Do they? Fireworks? It could definitely happen. And like I said, it's just the second time these teams are going to meet. There's going to be so many fireworks, whether it's with with any team in the Canadian division. There's going to be fireworks. I really think so. And I think Calgary, I think they're going to have the most rivalries in the division. I think that they already have rivalries with Vancouver and Edmonton that we saw in the past couple seasons. Toronto is going to be a rivalry by the end of the year. And then I wouldn't be surprised to see Calgary have a rivalry with everybody. But everyone in this Canadian division, it's very possible to have rivalries with everybody here. How do you feel about Frederik Andersen's gameplay? I think he's a good goalie. I really think Frederik Andersen's a good goalie. First couple games of the season, we saw him struggling. He's historically got off to slow starts, and that's not really something you can have in this 56 game season. But he looked better. He looked better against Ottawa, and I think Frederik Andersen, he's gonna have a better season. He's gonna have a good season. I really think that this is gonna be the best season of his career. I made a video about it before the season started. He looked good against Winnipeg and Edmonton, and I think he's gonna look good out here tonight. Hasn't faced a shot yet though, so watch out for that. He might be a little bit out of the groove, just because he hasn't faced a shot yet. We've got Simmons would die against Kachuk. I don't really think so. I think that would be a good fight, and I think Wayne Simmons would win it most of the time. We have Simmons reminds me of Clark. Wendell, the great, the GOAT, Wendell Clark. Ooh, Soup just got robbed. Wow. Soup. That guy, I'll get back to your comment in a second, Chuck, but Soup, he's been getting robbed, and he's been working hard. He hasn't hit the score sheet yet, but just wait. His opportunities, they've been coming, and Ilya Mikheyev is going to have a big year this year. I loved what I've seen from him so far this season. But back to your question, Chuck, or your comment rather. Simmons reminds you of Clark in Toronto, and I agree with you. He's got that blue collar style play, like blue collar playing style that Toronto fans, we love to see that. We love to see someone who's willing to punch anyone in the face. He's hardworking. He's a leader. He gets in the dirty areas. He clears out front of the net, and he screens the goalie. Wayne Simmons is extremely valuable, and he's starting to capitalize on his opportunities now. He's not the player he was when he played in Philadelphia. He's not going to get more than 20 goals in a season. But Wayne Simmons, he's definitely going to contribute, and his contributions go far beyond what we see on the score sheet. Chase, I'm good. I'm good, Chase. I see you got the Oilers logo in your thing right there. I hope you're cheering for the Maple Leafs tonight. We will see you again in the next couple days. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Up 1-0 over the Calgary Flames right now. Hoping to start 2-0 against the Calgary Flames. Welcome to the show. Welcome back here. Are they wearing reverse retro? Not tonight. I think that the day that the Maple Leafs said, and don't quote me on this, I believe it was the 29th. It was around the 29th or 28th that they said they're going to wear the reverse retros. And I think they're wearing it 4 or 5 times throughout the season. I'm not a big fan of the reverse retros. What do you guys think of them? I really don't like those jerseys. I think they're really ugly. They don't need him to be old Simmons. He does more as leadership. Wayne Simmons, exactly. They don't need him to be that big goal scorer. They just need him to be the leader that he is. Be himself. Wayne Simmons contributes so much to the lineup with his veteran presence and his leadership and his ability to get in front of the net. He'll drop the gloves. He'll do whatever it takes to win. And Jason Spezza is another guy like that. Chase says, "Go Leafs, go! You're the best." Thank you, Chase. Thank you. Thank you. Go Leafs, go! Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I think that you know what? I'd love to be a play-by-play guy. I'd love to do that job. That'd be fun. I'm not going to do that on here, but I wouldn't be surprised to see this happen. Spikester, I wouldn't be surprised to see this happen. Simmons to fight Kachuk tonight. Might not happen tonight, but it could definitely happen. It's definitely going to happen at least once throughout this season. I wouldn't be surprised to see it happen tonight, but I'm not going to go out there and say 100% yes. You know what? You're right. Rest in peace, George Armstrong. The man's a legend. He was a legend. And thank you for this comment, Spikester. George Armstrong, most games played by any Maple Leafs player of all time. Great man on and off the ice. I was lucky enough to get his autograph in the mail. And thank you to George Armstrong for everything he did on and off the ice. Contributed so much to the Maple Leafs organization. Rest in peace to him. So Spikester likes the retros. Spikester likes the retros. Interesting. I personally, I don't like them. I might wear it if I ever got the chance to get one. I wouldn't really waste my money on that though. I'm not a big fan of the jerseys, and sorry if you guys have them. I'm not taking a jab at you. I just really don't like the jerseys. It's just a weird mix of old and new, and so many teams did a good job of those jerseys, but not the Maple Leafs. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, Leafs. Wayne Gretzky's 60th birthday tonight. Hey, I met Wayne Gretzky too. I've met so many athletes, like hockey players and stuff throughout the. There's a comment I have here. That's why I wanted to talk about that. Who's your favorite player of all time? And I don't know if you mean all time or just on the Maple Leafs right now, but I'm going to answer all time, and you might hate me for this. A lot of people call him a whiner, but it's Sidney Crosby. You can see right there, actually. Right there. That's my picture with Sidney Crosby. I met him when I was 7 years old, and just an awesome guy. He signed my jersey. Wasn't supposed to, but he signed my jersey, and basically told the bouncer, like, the bouncer was trying to tell him not to sign my jersey, and he just looked at the bouncer like, come on, I'm signing the kid's jersey. Sidney Crosby, class act. Love the guy. And he's my favorite player of all time. Favorite Maple Leafs player? It's a tough question. I've got so many favorite Maple Leafs players as well. You look in here. Johnny Bower's one of them. John Tavares, Austin Matthews. I've got so many favorite Maple Leafs players, but favorite of all time is Sidney Crosby. And it's a penalty. We take too many penalties. We take way too many. We take way too many penalties. We had 63 penalty minutes through the first 6 games of the season. It's more than 10 minutes a game. It's unacceptable. Can't be doing that. We've got comments coming in here. Yep, absolutely. Shout out to PC Codesters. Don't know what you do on YouTube. Shout out to you, though. Shout out to you. Yes, Jason, I'm with you. They are looking good through the first 10 minutes or so. Just got to stay consistent for a whole 60 minutes. And the period that's really stood out to me throughout this season is the third period. We've been down in shots a lot of the time. We've had more shots against us in the third period than most of the other periods. Like, you look at, we're getting outshot in the third period. Simply, we're getting outshot in the third period too frequently. And I'll shout out Alexander as well. I'm not going to do all these shout outs tonight. I just showed one of them. So shout out to you as well. I shout out people, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. We got a fun show here. He does gaming. Tomorrow he's doing Maple Leafs versus Edmonton. So there you go. That's what PC Codester's doing on his YouTube channel. Miles Tech says, hey, welcome to the channel. Haven't seen you here before. If you're new, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. Mike says that was a great goal from Wayne Simmons. It absolutely was. And Pierre Engvall just took a tripping penalty. That was a lazy penalty. That's the penalty. That's the kind of penalties we really can't see happen on this team. We really can't see these lazy penalties, these like hooking, holding, tripping from behind. These are the penalties that are gonna come back to bite us. Flames converted on 35% of their power plays so far, 6th in the NHL. So I wouldn't be surprised. We just can't be taking stupid penalties, especially against the Flames. They've got a really good power play. There you go. I got you, Spikester. That's the last one I'm doing tonight, folks. John Howard says Wendell Clark, Matt Sundin. Those are his favorite players. And you know what? Respectable players. Respectable players. I had the chance to meet Wendell Clark as well. Super nice. And Matt Sundin, just one of the greatest Maple Leafs of all time, if not the greatest. Stay tuned because I'll have a video of my top 3 Maple Leafs coming out soon. I've been struggling to get those out because there's so much content to be released with the season starting, but I will be getting those top 3 in that top 15 Maple Leafs countdown. I'll get those top 3 videos out in the near future, so stay tuned for those. Matt Sundin, though, leads the team franchise in so many, almost every major statistical category. Matt Sundin, unreal career from him. Unfortunately, we just couldn't surround him with adequate pieces to really make a run in the playoffs. It's unfortunate time that he played with this team. 7 minutes left here in the first period of play, and we got 4-on-4 hockey. Let's go. Let's see our speedy guys open up the ice here. Rangers score and tie the game. Different game than the reaction we got going on right now. But who are the Rangers playing right now? Are they playing Buffalo? Are they playing Buffalo? I don't know. Who's the Rangers playing? I really don't know. But Mike, great comment, Mike. We can't get these stupid penalties. These stupid penalties we've been taking, a lot of them have been lazy penalties. Like, that's the part of it that hurts the most. It hurts to be down a skater at all times. It really hurts. But when it's a penalty that could have been avoided by simply skating harder and not reaching out, then that really hurts. That really hurts. Yes, Jack Campbell is injured. He's out for the next 4 weeks or so. And he says Buffalo, so they're playing Buffalo. I think they said it's a tie game. I don't really know. I can check that at the intermission if you'd like me to talk about it, though. Oh, let's go. Woo! Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Can you see the name right there? That's who scored. Austin Matthews. Let's go. Light it again. Let's go. Austin Matthews. Let's go. That was a hell of a shot. Wow. Austin Matthews makes it 2-0 on the power play. Top cheese. Top cheese. Let's go. Let's go. Go Leafs. Let's go. Buffalo versus Rangers. 3-2 Buffalo. So it's 3-2 Buffalo in that game. And Leafs are dominating this game. Welcome back, Frank Rusty Nails. They are dominating right now. It's first period. It's early. We need to sustain this play for the next 45 minutes because we can dominate the first period, and we know as Maple Leafs fans, we can see a real decline in play. Let's continue going on throughout the whole entire game. We've got comments here. Favorite player is Patrice Bergeron. John says that, and you know what? It's respectable. Patrice Bergeron. Hate what he's done to the Maple Leafs in the past, but he's a special player. He's a special player. Really great two-way player. Let's go. AM34. And you know what? I'll light the lamp again. Let's go. Let's go. I'm hoping to light that lamp a lot here tonight. And this is the first time I'm doing a reaction to a Maple Leafs game. See how it goes, but I might be doing this a bit more throughout the season. If you guys like this and want me to do it, let me know. I'll do it more frequently. But tonight seemed like the perfect night to do it. Just come on, talk Maple Leafs hockey throughout the entire game, give you my live reaction. Great comment from William here. No shots on net yet for them. That's a great stat. I love to see that. Holding the other team to no shots through almost 15 minutes of play. That's really outstanding. That's an outstanding start to the game. Frederik Andersen, don't be surprised if he's a bit sluggish on the first shot he faces, though. Obviously, you'd like to see us not allowing shots, but let's not allow him to get bombarded by shots suddenly. We got to continue sustaining this play and not let him get surprised, caught off guard. Just keep going. Calgary won't shoot the puck. Hi, Liam. Welcome to the channel. Welcome back. If you haven't been here before, please stop spamming in the comment section, though. It's not fun. It's not fun for anybody. His favorite player is Wayne Gretzky. Respectable, of course. The GOAT, the greatest player of all time in hockey. Thank you, William. Let him know. Donnie says Calgary won't shoot the puck. Yeah, I mean, they're passing around a lot. Maple Leafs taking away their shooting lanes. Like to see it. Let's go. Let's go, Leafs. John Tavares with a hell of a defensive play there. Does anybody have any Toronto Maple Leafs players on their fantasy team? Anyone play fantasy hockey? Got a Maple Leafs player on their fantasy hockey? Let me know who and how they're doing. We have Joseph Clark back in the comment section. Welcome back to the show, Clarky. Hope you're doing well. Leafs are up 2-0 right now and haven't even allowed a shot through the first 15 minutes of play. Love to see it. We have 6 players on your team. 6 Maple Leafs players on your team. Might be a bit of a Maple Leafs homer, but you know what? I'm with you. The Maple Leafs have a lot of skilled players, so I think I have at least 2 on both of my fantasy teams. I've got Justin Hall, Morgan Riley, and John Tavares. Those are the fantasy guys I have from the Maple Leafs. Let me know who you've got. And PC Coaster says, how do you get more subscribers on YouTube? I only have 27. I only have like 300 something. And honestly, it's a grind. You just got to be consistently consistent. You think you're pumping out too much content. You're really not. Just keep pumping out content. It's tough. It's daunting. And I wouldn't recommend it if you're in it just for the views and the money. I don't get paid for this or anything. I really just come on here because I love talking Maple Leafs with everybody in the comments. Love talking hockey, and if this is something you really enjoy doing, I'd recommend really trying and continue going with it. I also have a Buffalo Bills channel. It's called the Bills Bunker, and it's a grueling process to be pumping out content on YouTube. And get a lot of negative comments, a lot of happy comments, and shout out to Jason, who's always in the comments. Make sure you guys smash the like button and hit that notification bell. Thank you, Jason. Preach it. Smash the like button, hit the notification bell. We got another probably 2.5 hours here. I'm gonna be talking Maple Leafs Flames here. We got a power play coming up. Let's go. Let's make this game 3-0. Really make a statement in Alberta. All right, here we go. On to the power play. And make a Leaf 2021 goal horn. Leafs should trade for Matt Damon. What? Great comment. Hall looks fire. Justin Hall has been outstanding this year. He might not be a top 2 defenseman, top 4. He might not be a top 2 defenseman in the NHL, and that's really not what he's meant to be. We know that he's not a top 2 defenseman, a top 2 pairing guy. But Justin Hall, he is absolutely extremely valuable. Oh my gosh. That was tough. The Flames almost scored shorthanded. Let's go. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get to your comment. I'm just very into the game. Hall does look fire though. He's looked great through this first 7 games of the season. Justin Hall, he's been the best defensive defenseman on this team, and he's really solidified his role on this team. He forced me to pick him up in fantasy, and sure, he doesn't have a lot of fantasy value if you're in a league with just goals, assists, points, plus minus. That's not really what he's going to give you points for in fantasy. But in my league, the Maple Leafs Media Fantasy League, he is extremely valuable because hits, block shots, that is something that's in Justin Hall's. He does that a lot. Justin Hall really does that a lot in his game, and he's valuable in my fantasy league with everyone else. Let's go. Let's capitalize on this power play, though. I'd like to see some more shots on goal. The way we're entering the offensive zone, we're entering it with so much confidence, and I love to see that early on in the season. Let's go. Lettinen. Ooh. We're getting our opportunities here. 43 seconds left on this power play. Get Clarky Snipes on. We'll get Clarky Snipes on in the near future. He's going to be back on here. Shout out to him. He's always on here. Kennedy says, "Hi, go Leafs, go, go Leafs, go! Get it going in the comments section. Welcome back to the show. If you're new, welcome to the show. Go Leafs, go! We're here for a live reaction to the Calgary Flames, Toronto Maple Leafs. It's currently 2-0 Toronto. Just about a minute to go here. Chuck says, great channel. Thank you, Chuck. You're a great viewer. Everyone who's here night in and night out, I appreciate you. And anyone who's just stopping by for the first time, I appreciate you. Thank you for watching this. And if you haven't already, make sure you smash the like button, hit the notification bell, share this video. Let's make this a big reaction video. Let's go. Let's get a lot of people in here. I'm super excited. This is fun. This is fun. I'm gonna come on here and do a couple more of these videos throughout the season for sure. It's it can be tough scheduling just 3 hours of my day to come on here and do a live stream, but it's fun. It's fun. I'll definitely be doing more of these in the near future. Jason says he has Marner in the fantasy league. He does, and Mitch Marner. Last time I checked, he was leading the league in points. I don't know if that's still the case, but Mitch Marner, through the first 7 games of the season, he's looking like he might have a career year in points per game. John says Leafs should trade for Matt Dumba. I mean, I'd love to have Matt Dumba on my team, and I think all 31 teams in the NHL would. All 32 next year with the Seattle Kraken, but that's a big asking price, and I really don't think we could fit him under the cap, and I don't think that we could make a trade for Matt Dumba right now. But we're going into the second period, up 2-0, up 10-1 in the shots compartment. Wow. 10-1 in the shots for the Maple Leafs. They've really outplayed the Calgary Flames in every single asset of this game. It's been outstanding to watch. Love to see it from the Maple Leafs early. And it's official, up 2-0 at the end of the first. Let's go. Let's go. We've got a bunch of people in here, so drop your comments, your questions, concerns, whatever. I'll get to as many as I can. We got 20 minutes until the next period, so let's make this entertaining. Let's go. Yep. So he's now number 1 in the league in points. Mitch Marner. He's been extremely good. He's been a hell of a player. Good is an understatement. Mitch Marner, through the first couple of games of the season, I think that Mitch Marner is going to have a career year. I really do. We have Buffalo versus Rangers. He wants to hear us talk about. I don't know the score of that. I can check the score of that in a minute. We'll talk a bit about that after. David Allen Scully says, hello, Canada. Hello, David. Wherever you're from, welcome to the channel. I haven't seen you on this channel before. Welcome to the channel. 1967, eh? 1967. You know what? That doesn't even hurt. Doesn't even hurt. It really doesn't hurt a Maple Leafs fan. 3-2 Buffalo, says Sanjay. And you know what? The Buffalo Sabres, they've had a really tough start to the season. I thought coming into the season that Buffalo is an up-and-coming team, and they definitely are, but they've had a tough season, tough go. They're in a really tough division. It's going to be tough to see if Buffalo can rebound or not, but Buffalo, I really don't know what to say about that game right now. I haven't really watched that game at all. We have Jake Ozzie from Australia. I'm not sure. Do you think the Leafs should go after Corpy or Elvis next year, as they're both unrestricted free agents and Columbus can't keep both? That's interesting. That's interesting. So that's a very long way from now. That's a long ways away from here. Frederik Andersen, he's over 30 years old, and he could definitely have a career year this year. I really think he will, but I don't know if we re-sign him either way. It's going to be tough. He's going to want a lot of money, and if he has a big season, he's going to want even more money. There's a lot of free agent goalies on the free agency market, and I wouldn't be surprised to see us go for him. I Corpusalo or Elvis Merzlikins, I'd be interested in them. I'd definitely be interested in them. I think Elvis has a brighter future. I'd be interested in that. We have more comments. Everyone, smash the like button. Smash the sub button for Jake. Smash it for the Leafs. Smash for all the fans out there. Let's go. Go Leafs, go. Uh, John Howard says Corpusalo. And you know what? Both Columbus goaltenders are good options. Columbus, they've really got a bright future in their goaltending situation. We saw that last year in the preliminary round. Not that I want to talk about that all over again, but they've got good goalies, and Elvis and Corpusalo, they're both good goaltenders with bright futures. I'd be open to bringing either one of them in here, but I think that Frederik Andersen, he's the guy right now, and it's all speculation at this point. We can talk about this and revisit it later in the season, towards the end of the season, and in the off season. But right now, Frederik Andersen's that guy. Corpusalo and Elvis Merzlikins, they're both viable options in net, and they're both players with really good, um, really bright futures. From Australia, all the way from Australia, watching this live reaction. Go Leafs, go. Leafs Nation is worldwide. Love to see it. Thank you all the way from Australia. My mate. Do you think Jack Eichel, do you think Jack Eichel will exit Buffalo if they don't make it to the playoffs or the first round? Or have a first round exit? And you know what? That's possible. I've heard that Jack Eichel is disgruntled and stuff. We've all heard that. And Taylor Hall, also consider this. He's on a 1-year deal. And that was a great signing by the Buffalo Sabres organization. And Buffalo, it's a great sports city. It really is. I'm a Bills fan as well. But I think it might be inevitable that Jack Eichel leaves the Sabres organization. The Sabres, they've been a laughingstock of the NFL for a while now. I thought they were going to turn it around this year. I really did. And I still think it's a possibility. They've struggled through the first couple of games of the season. But that first line, Jack Eichel and Taylor Hall, it can be really, really good. It can be one of the best lines in the NHL, one of the best dynamic duos. And Taylor Hall, he's going to be great with Jack Eichel. I really believe that. Jack Eichel, he's been snake bitten through the first couple of games of the season. He's really struggled. He's struggled to score. I don't know. He's struggled, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him want out. That's if they don't make the playoffs or have a first round exit. And it's going to be really hard in this pandemic season with a different division. We have David Allen says, my Flyers won today at least. All right. The Flyers, you know what? You got a good squad over there. Philadelphia Flyers are a damn good squad. Jake says, how concerned are you about Hutch? And for those that don't know, that's Michael Hutchinson. Do you think this team has improved enough to carry him to a win, even if he struggles? Okay, so that's a lot. I'm a bit concerned. Not overly, though, because we're going to get Jack Campbell back. And look at what Frederik Andersen did last year. He had the third most minutes played in the NHL by any goalie, behind only Carey Price and Connor Hellebuyck. Frederik Andersen, he can carry the weight of the load for the next 4 weeks. And Hutchinson, he's going to get a start or two here and there. But I'm not too concerned about it. It's going to be tough to see him play, but I think he can do it. He's going to be motivated. Second go around in Toronto. He won a playoff game with Colorado last year. Colorado's got a really good squad. I don't know. I'm not too concerned about it. I'm really not. How about everyone in Leafs Nation? I think that Leafs Nation's probably going to be concerned about it, but I'm really not that concerned about Hutchinson at all. He's not going to get too much playing time, I don't think. And let's not rush Jack Campbell back because Hutchinson's a backup. Let's not do that. Because Jack Campbell, you re-aggravate that injury, then I'm really concerned. I'm really concerned if he re-aggravates an injury and he's out for a longer period of time. Then I'm really concerned. There's a question on here, and I want to ask everyone in the comment section, because I had a question earlier last show, and that was, which Maple Leafs player are you most impressed by so far? I'm going to change that. The question they had on the TV here, and I'm going to ask everyone here, because you don't get the opportunity to discuss with the people on Sportsnet. With me, you can discuss your thoughts, and I'll post them up here. I'll talk about them. That's the beauty of it. So, which of the Maple Leafs core four players have impressed you the most through the first 7 games of the season? Is it John Tavares, Austin Matthews, Mitch Marner, or William Nylander? Go. Let me know in the comment section which one you're most impressed by throughout the season. Jason Spezza, face-off percentage is 65.6%. Great comment, great stat from Jason, always dropping the stats. Interesting comments in here. And Jason Spezza he's so valuable to this team. He's definitely he's very valuable. Very valuable. And his face-off percentage, just another asset that he has. Marner leads the league with 11 points after that assist, and Jason's probably really happy about that for a fantasy hockey league. Mitch Marner, he's been lighting it up here. Lightning and Bucks, but Chiefs win the Super Bowl. I'm a Bills fan. That hurts. I'm a Bills fan. What team do you think will be the next Toronto team to win a championship? Okay. So it's not going to be the Raptors. I'm not going to consider the CFL. And it's either that leaves the Maple Leafs or the Blue Jays. And I want to say it's the Maple Leafs. I really do. I think that we've got a bright future. But I think what the Blue Jays are doing, they signed George Springer and stuff. I think that the Toronto Blue Jays might be the next team to win a championship. They've got a special group. It's tough in their division in baseball, the AL East, but it might be the Blue Jays. It really might be the Blue Jays. We've got the comments coming into the question of which of the Maple Leafs core four have you been most impressed by so far. So let's read them. Let's read what Jake Ozzie has to say. Mitch Marner seems like he's taken a next step this year. For being small, he's great on the puck. He steers the ship when he has the puck. Great comment. Great comment. And you know what? Mitch Marner, he said before the season started that he wants to take more shots and he wants to really add that scoring ability to his game. He wants to be a consistent goal scorer, take more shots. And I think he's done a good job of that. He's had a good balance of that. He's still an elite playmaker. He hasn't taken anything away from that, but he's just shooting the puck more frequently. And we've seen it pay off. We've seen it pay dividends. And I think that Mitch Marner, he's going to have a big year. I like that comment. William picks William. A lot of them. All of them, rather. But a lot of people are hard on William Nylander last year, so it's him this year. And William Nylander had 30-goal season last year. William Nylander's going to have another big year this year. Nylander's been playing with supreme confidence. The way he's skating around, his offensive zone entries. William Nylander's looked really damn good out there. Shout out to him. Everyone's got a different answer for this question. Jason says Marner. Mitch Marner's been exceptional. He's been exceptional for sure. Chuck Fleet, okay, off the board here. Says the Marlies win the next championship. The Argonauts are like the New York Jets. Okay. Austin Matthews, he missed a game. And Austin Matthews, we know what he is. He's an elite goal scorer. Austin Matthews is just outstanding, exceptional, generational talent with that shot. His shot is exceptional. I really think Austin Matthews, I predicted before the season he would reach 34 goals for his number. I said 35 total, and I still think that's on the board. Even in a 56-game season, I really think Austin Matthews, he's extra motivated after not scoring 50 goals last year due to the pandemic shortening the season. But all these core four players have really been impressive. Robert says Mitchie, and no one said John Tavares. I'm surprised by that because that would have been my answer. I think John Tavares. He's just looked like a different animal this year. I really think John Tavares. He's stepped it up and he's got some nice flow going. John Tavares. I mean, the play that we've seen from him this year. It's a completely different level from what we've seen in John Tavares. Toronto from John Tavares. We haven't seen John Tavares make this contribution to Toronto this early in a season, really. I really think John Tavares will have a career year this year. He's gonna set the tone for this team, and he's the captain. He's the leader of this guy. He's really lead by example kind of guy. I don't think, and obviously we're not in the locker room, but I don't think he's the most vocal guy. Just by listening to his interviews and stuff, I don't think he's gonna go in there and yell, "Let's go, boys, let's go." I don't think that's what his forte is as a captain. I think it's more lead by example. And Martin Biron, in a past interview I had with him on this channel, he really attested to that. He said that 3 days before a game that he had on the New York Islanders, in his rookie season, he wouldn't even go out 3 nights before it because it would throw him off. That's insane. John Tavares is a great professional, and I really think that this is a big year for Tavares. We have more comments coming in, and the question was the core four, but we're taking other comments as well. Chuck Fleet says Hyman's really impressed, and Zach Hyman has impressed a lot. He's always getting in the dirty areas. This guy's a workhorse. Absolute workhorse. Zach Hyman doesn't get enough recognition. He had over 20 goals past 2 seasons for this team, and Zach Hyman, his contributions go far beyond what you see on the score sheet. Absolute workhorse, that guy is. Austin Matthews is growing his game too. Plays two-way hockey. Absolutely. He's been getting back on the back check more frequently, and that's something you need to see from your star guy. You'd love to see Austin Matthews take on the role of a Patrice Bergeron. That's exactly the role you'd love to see him take on, but with even more goal-scoring ability. That'd be, just imagine Patrice Bergeron with Austin Matthews' goal-scoring ability. If Austin Matthews can accelerate his level of defensive play to the level of Patrice Bergeron, the Maple Leafs are set for so many years. We have okay, William. If the Leafs win the cup, what is the first few words you'd say? PG. I'll keep it PG. I think I'd cry. I think I'd cry if the Maple Leafs won the Stanley Cup, and I think I'd cry if they lost the Stanley Cup. I'd be so happy. It'd just be so emotional. This is a team that hasn't even really won a playoff series in so many years. Winning the Stanley Cup, that'd be massive. And just imagine the city of Toronto. Wow, it would be rowdy. The city of Toronto would be wild if we won the Stanley Cup. I don't even know what I'd say. I can't really imagine that day. I really can't imagine that day. Lightning or someone else might win the Stanley Cup again. They definitely could. Matthews is a hockey god. Hyman is underrated. Absolutely is underrated. Just give me a second to get a drink here. I've been rambling on a little while. I'll talk about Zach Hyman in a bit. 1 second. Zach Hyman. Zach Hyman's exceptional. The work day in and day out. Blue collar player. Bring your lunch pail to work kind of guy. Like Zach Hyman is always getting the corners, the dirty areas. Zach Hyman, shout out to him, and all the money that is coming his way this offseason, he's earned every single penny of it. Zach Hyman, he is an embodiment of everything you want in a hardworking hockey player. Gritty, blue collar style guy. I love to see Zach Hyman grinding, and I'd love to see him get rewarded with a goal. William says, I've never seen my Maple Leafs get past the first round. That sucks, man. It sucks. Like, I think I'm trying to think back to like the last time. I think the last time they did it was make 03 or something. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it was around there, and it's been forever. I was very small when they did it last. Like, uh, it's been a tough couple seasons. Yeah, 2004, 2004. So it's been tough. It's been tough. David says the Flyers always get stuck after the second or third round. Yep, you're in the same boat, kinda. At least you win a playoff series, though. The Maple Leafs. I think the Maple Leafs have got playoff series victories coming their way this year. We just got to get through a really tough Canadian division, and the division that the Flyers play in, it's a very tough division as well. A very, very tough division. Agreed. Hard to come by. A player like Zach Hyman is what he's referring to. And we got the second period underway. Let's go. Let's go. Go Leafs. Donnie has seen the Leafs have some good teams. And with those good teams, Donnie, there's definitely been some bad ones, hasn't there? Uh, Last time the Maple Leafs won a playoff series was over the Ottawa Senators. Let's go. Second period, getting underway. Game on. We are up in the shots, 10-1. Only one shot allowed in that second or in the first period. Let's continue it. Let's keep it going. Keep it rolling. A lot of tears Donnie has seen, and hopefully this year we can turn that frown upside down. Let's have a big, big season. Ash says the Leafs' biggest chance to get past the first round is now. You think? I think so too. I think that the Maple Leafs, we got to remember that this core group is very young still, and we've really just started surrounding them with the right pieces. Pieces of the puzzle, they're all coming in place. And shout out to Kyle Dubas, whether you like him or not. What he did this season, this off season, with the cap space that he had, not much wiggle room. He did a really good job this off season specifically. Um, Mitch Marner just missed the net there. That was tough. But you'd love to see him taking those shots. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Maple Leafs win another face-off. Our face-off, we're so good in the face-off circle. Wow, that's a very telling stat, William. Wow. Last time the Maple Leafs only allowed one shot in the first period is March 2003. That's it's very it's a very telling stat. That's a long time ago. Wow. That's a hell of a first period we put up there. And let's continue it for the next 40 minutes. Let's go. How's everyone feeling about this game right now? I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling good. Just as I said, I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling good. Johnny Hockey makes it 2-1. Should I light the lamp? You know what? I'll be fair. I'll light. No, I'll light the lamp. I'll light the lamp. It's a goal. Boo! Gotta be fair here, but you know what? Not much Frederick Anderson can do on that goal. That's just ah. Someone's got to take Johnny Goodrow there. I think that might have been TJ Brody's guy. He literally passed it right down in front of the net. And that's a weak spot that we've had right in front of the net, down low area. We need to really take away those shooting areas because that's a high percentage shooting area, and we just saw it. Chuck says, boo. Let's go, boo. It's all good. It's all good. We got a long game of hockey. Donnie's got to walk the dog again. Hope to see you back in here after, Donnie. Hope your dog is doing well. Enjoy your walk. It's cold out, so dress warm. Go Leafs, though. Let's get some more shots on goal here. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, yes! Travis Boyd. First game as a Maple Leaf. First goal as a Maple Leaf. Let's go! Woo! Let's go. I'm going to do it again. Let's go. Let's go. Travis Boyd. Love to see it. Travis Boyd. Nice. Nice shot. Nice goal from Pierre Engvall. And you need to see these depth players stepping up. These depth players are going to have big, big implications on the season and the success throughout the season. Travis Boyd steps up in a big way in his first game with the Maple Leafs. First goal of the season. Love to see it. That's, woo! 3-1. Travis Boyd. Let's go. Travis Boyd stepping up. And yeah, like further down the stretch of the season, we're going to need to see depth in this season is going to have a huge implication on what teams succeed and don't succeed. You can have a good roster top to bottom, but if you really, really do not have depth pieces like the Maple Leafs have, Travis Boyd, Pierre Engvall, Nick Robertson, we have so many players that we can, we're expandable. We can place players in the roster or in the taxi squad, and that's really beneficial. And we just saw Travis Boyd get his first goal as a Maple Leaf. Big one. And Frank, Rusty Nails, I'm going to get to your comment in a second. I'll get to that in a second. Austin Matthews, nice block shot. Let's go. Let's go Boyd again. But yeah, Travis Boyd is underrated. I like what he does. And he is the free agent that nobody talks about. And another one that no one talks about is Jimmy Vesey. But I will talk more about your comment in a section. Travis Boyd is definitely underrated. Oh! Matthews almost buried it there. That was hell of a setup from Marner. These guys got wicked chemistry. It's unreal. Let's go, Hyman. Oh! Our top guys, everyone up and down the lineup is contributing tonight, and that's the recipe to success this season. Oh! Willie is playing unreal. All right, so let's get to this here. Boyd underrated. I like what he does. The free agent that nobody talks about, and he's one of multiple free agent signings that we had that nobody's really talking about. So we'll talk about Travis Boyd a bit. He's a veteran, and he has won a Stanley Cup with the Washington Capitals. Anytime you can bring in a player that's won a Stanley Cup, that's huge. And we just saw Travis Boyd use his veteran presence, and he scored his first goal as a Maple Leaf in his first game. That's something you love to see. You absolutely love to see that. Travis Boyd stepping up in a big way when he's called on. Love to see it. Justin Hall is solid. Absolutely. Hall is solid. I've been preaching this for the last couple weeks here on this channel. Justin Hall has really solidified his role on this team. Justin Hall, he's been outstanding. And I don't think anybody expected this much contribution from Justin Hall this early in the season. The block shots, the hits that we've seen from Justin Hall, exceptional effort. He's going to give you that effort night in and night out. Battle of Alberta soon is what hockey all day, all night, the Leafs fan says. And you know what? We got the first Alberta team right now, and then we got the next Alberta team, Edmonton. And it's looking like we could just drive right through Alberta, stomp Alberta. Let's go. These are some big games. Big games. These Alberta games have so much more meaning than ever before because it's not like we're just seeing these two teams twice a season. We're seeing them 9 times each. That's 18 games in a 56-game season. That's a lot. And we need to capitalize on every opportunity, win as many games as we can. Every point matters. And this would be a great start to go, 3 of our first 4 games against Alberta teams, and then we play 2 more against Edmonton this week. The Alberta teams are really good, and these games right here are a statement that the Maple Leafs are making. Love to see the Maple Leafs continue this right now. I don't want to see any comeback heroics from the Calgary Flames. Let's go. Let's continue playing solid here. We're almost halfway through the game. 13:40 remaining in the second period. We're at a commercial break, which gives me the chance to talk about the Spikes are saying 3-1. Woohoo! Go Leafs, go. Yep. Leafs rank 3rd in the league in face-off percentage with a percentage of 57.3. Over 50% of the face-offs we take, we win. That's outstanding. We are just dominating the face-off circle, and it's evident. Just watching the games, you can tell by the puck possession. We have just gotten so much extra puck possession from our face-offs, and the ability to win face-offs on the penalty kill is crucial. We can clear the puck down the ice. Face-offs are a huge part of hockey, and that's a very telling stat. Up and down the lineup, in the middle of our lineup at center, we might have the best center group in the NHL. We really might. Is Matthews okay? He went down awkwardly. I hope so. I think he's fine. We'll see. I don't think he's hurt or anything. Really hope not. Go Leafs. Let's go Leafs. And I haven't seen you on the channel. Welcome to the channel. If you are new, welcome here. If you've been here before, welcome back. Toronto Maple Leafs need to get better offensive. And you know what? I think we've got the offensive talent. I think that everybody knows we have the offensive talent. But what we need to do more is shoot the puck. Honestly, if we shoot the puck more and get at least 30 shots a game, we're set. Our offensive talent, just getting 30 shots a game, it really maximizes contributions up and down the lineup, gets everyone involved, and it gives us more opportunities to score. The more we shoot, the more we score. It's obvious. Robert, I'm with you 100%. Sheldon Keefe, he's expandable. He's willing to make change and adjust as necessary. That's something you need to see. And Sheldon Keefe, in his first 15 games as a Maple Leafs head coach, he set a record for the best record of any Maple Leafs coach. There's been, I don't know how many Maple Leafs coaches in the history of the team, but there's been a lot. And that's a very telling stat. Sheldon Keefe, he's done a great job, and this is his first whole season as Maple Leafs head coach. I think that we're really seeing what Sheldon Keefe can do with this lineup, and I like the way that he's really constructed it up and down, putting it together. These lines, they've got great chemistry, and he really knows how to get the most out of a player. It shows. It really does. Simmons, big night here. Wayne Simmons had his 500th career point last game and 501 here tonight. Started off the scoring early. Hell of a job from Wayne Simmons, and I've been talking about him a lot. Wayne Simmons has just been giving it his all out there, night in and night out. Blue collar type of player, and Wayne Simmons, it's really paying off. All the hard work, it's starting to pay off. He's going to get on the score sheet more often, but that's not necessarily why we brought him here. We brought him here for the leadership, the grit, the blue collar playing style, and he won a Mark Messier Leadership Award in 2018. Like, the guy is a veteran presence in the locker room. What he does goes far beyond what you see on ice. Like, the conversations that he has with these guys off the ice, it's invaluable. Absolutely, Wayne Simmons is going to have a big night, and it's already gotten started. Let's go, though. 13-5 in the shots category. We're getting outshot here in the second period. Freddie Anderson, hope he responds well. because Calgary's starting to get some opportunities here. Oh, nice save. Get off him. Oh, we need to take away their shooting lanes here. Force them to the outside. Nice play by Muzzin. Calgary's looking dangerous right now. We really need to get a line change. Our guys are tired. Holy. Get it out. Dump and chase. Let's go. Ooh. Oh, wow. This game's going at a really fast pace. This is an interesting game to watch here. Let's go. It is very intense. Very, very intense. The Wayne train. Let's go. Let's go. John, I love your comment. Once Toronto puts it all together, they will win lots and lots of playoff rounds, or win lots and a playoff round, whatever way you want to put that. I agree with you. I think that they can win playoff rounds this year. Just based off what I've seen, this team, it looks different than it has in years past. And in a Canadian division that's highly competitive, that's going to really benefit us. Playing against all these good teams, night in and night out, it's grueling. It's going to be grueling playing against all these teams. And I think that the Maple Leafs, they look special this year. They really do. We've had the core pieces in place for a couple of years now, and they're still young and still growing and developing, but we've done a much better job of surrounding them with adequate pieces this season. Kyle Dubas did an exceptional job this offseason, especially considering the little bit of cap and wiggle room that he had. He didn't have much cap space, and he did a great job maneuvering. So I agree with you, John. I definitely agree with you. We're over the halfway mark in this period, and the Maple Leafs are getting outshot in a big way this period. We saw us dominate the first period, and now Calgary's starting to get their shots and opportunities. I see a question from Jake, and I'll get to that after in a minute or so, whenever the next whistle comes. Let's go. And if you guys haven't already, please make sure you smash the like button and hit the notification bell. It really helps out. It really helps me out a lot. Helps out the channel. Smash it. Smash the like button. Hit the notification bell. You'll be notified every time I'm live here on Maple Leafs Media. And I will be having another NHL player on here for another interview in the near future. I'm not going to tell you who yet because it's almost 100% confirmed, but it's not quite. Once I got the date and everything, I'll be making an announcement. So stay tuned to see what player I'm going to be bringing on here in the near future. And I'll open that up as always to the viewers, allow you guys to send in some questions. It's always fun bringing on some NHL players. In the past, I've had Matt Stajan, Martin Biron, and Casimir Kaskasuo on the show. If you haven't checked out those interviews, you can check them out after. It's fun and it's interesting to get their perspective on things. I asked some questions about the Maple Leafs now and a lot about their time in the NHL. The question from Jake, though, now that we've hit the whistle, I'm very into the game right now. If a Leafs player were to knock the net off deliberately or not, is it an automatic penalty? How does it work? I believe if you're in your own defensive end and if you deliberately, so say Calgary is in our zone and they're getting chances or whatever, they're just in our zone, and we deliberately knock it off our own net, then yes, it's a penalty. It's a penalty if you knock it off yourself. I'm not a referee, but that's my understanding of the rules here. Can't wait to see who the next guest is. It's going to be a fun interview. It's going to be a very fun interview. It's going to be a fun and engaging show. Always love to open up to some of you guys in the comment section. Leafs bring in a rookie or two pretty much every year since 2016, and we've seen a lot of the draft picks really help out. I think last year we might have got the steal of the draft in Nick Robertson. I know that he's injured right now and stuff, and it's unfortunate that he got injured in his first NHL regular season game, but Nick Robertson, he's really looking like he could be the steal of that draft. It's really early to tell, and I love doing the draft series videos. I've made a bunch of those. If you haven't already, check them out. But I think that in the future, my prediction is Nick Robertson might be the steal of that draft in 2019 at 57th overall, I believe. Matthews could get a penalty. Could get a penalty for being too big of a stud muffin. Yeah, he's Austin Matthews is a hell of a player. Absolute hell of a player. Off topic, but Alex Ovechkin is only 14 power play goals away from being the all-time leader in power play goals. And you know what? That's a great stat for Alex Ovechkin, and I'm not taking a shot at Ovechkin or anything, but where do most of his goals come from? They come on the power play. They come from the same spot on the ice. And I'm just going to make a comparison out here. I'm not going to say that Austin Matthews is better than Ovechkin or he's even going to have a better career than Ovechkin, but I'm saying that Austin Matthews led the league in even strength goals last season, and I think that that's more valuable than leading in power play goals because obviously Matthews can score on the power play as well. But that is a great stat, and shout out to Alex Ovechkin. He's a great player. Just I feel like power play points, it's a great stat, but if you can do it 5-on-5, you can do it on the power play as well. Chuck Fleet, shout out to you. If you haven't already, make sure you smash the like button and hit the notification bell. Really helps the channel out a lot. I'm just a Maple Leafs fan talking about Maple Leafs hockey with other Maple Leafs fans or hockey fans, whatever. Welcome all hockey fans, and smash it, hit the notification bell, share it, tell a friend to tell a friend. We're on here, been on here for an hour and 27 minutes now, and we are just over halfway through the game. Just over halfway through. It's 3-1 Toronto right now. 7:06 to go in the second period. We have a bunch of comments rolling in here. Jake, great comment. Freddie is standing on his head right now at this current moment. Boys need to get some offensive pressure. We've been outshot big time on this second period. We've been outshot big time. I think we went into the first intermission up 11-1 in the shots category. We're now, wow, that's bad. I think we've been outshot 14-2 by my calculations, and I'll double check that at the end of the period. But right now, I think we've been outshot 14-2 in this second period. That is tough. Robert, he gives us a stat. Thank you, Robert. 14-3 for the Flames for shots in the second. Ouch. That hurts a lot. That's really, really, really not good. And I told you guys earlier, Frederik Andersen, it's always more difficult for a goalie to get in a groove when they haven't been seeing shots in the first period, but he's done an exceptional job out here tonight. And we'd love to see that from Freddie, but we need our guys to step up and really put in more effort here because we've been getting outplayed here in the second period in a big way. Just come on, boys, let's go. Oh, man. Oh, we're just allowing so many shots on goal. Spikester, I like your comment here. Love to see Sandin get in the lineup soon, and I would too. Let's go. Oh, Soup. Tavares set Soup up for a goal, and he just missed the shot, fanned on it. Man, Soup just can't get on the score sheet. Like, he's been having a tough go at it. He's had so many chances, been working so hard, just hasn't got on there yet. That's tough. That's tough. So the comment here, love to see Sandin. Oh my Lucic, are you kidding me? Damn it. I'm gonna light the lamp even though I don't want to. He's got no visor on, just like Thornton. I'm gonna light the lamp. I hate to do it, but gotta do it. It's a goal. Milan Lucic. Lucic with a goal. That pisses me off a lot. Ah. Bogosian tried to get down to block the shot. He's got to get down faster. We really need to step it up in front of Freddie. Come on. Frederik Andersen's been standing on his head out here tonight. And I know after this game, the people that didn't watch the game are probably going to get pissed off at Frederik Andersen, but he has been standing on his head out there tonight. 15 shots to 3 this period in favor of Calgary. 15 shots. I know it's Lucic. I called him Lucic for a reason. It's Lucic. I don't respect Milan Lucic. Tough memories with Milan Lucic here. Can you get Matthews to start scoring on the power play? I think you can. I think he will. Austin Matthews always contributing. He'll get his goals on the power play. Don't you worry. This team needs to step it up in a big way, though. This is giving me flashbacks of every time the Maple Leafs have lost and the comeback loss. We've gotten outworked, outplayed, outgrit, out whatever, you name it. We've just been dominated this second period by the Flames. And let's go. We might need to see the fireworks go off soon. Maybe get a spark. Oh, Marner just danced around so many people. Missed the net, though. Nice play, Hall. Let's go. Oh, no way. He kept that in. Whatever. This is, it's tough. Spikester says 35 games from now, Patrick Marleau will have played the most games all time in NHL history. Shout out to Patrick Marleau. That's a wicked accomplishment, and he's had a great, amazing career. The guy who's second on that list in current active players among all active players in the NHL is Jumbo Joe Thornton. These guys have had amazing accomplishments in their career. Chuck says, who do we got if Freddie goes down with Campbell out? And the goalie we have, for some of you guys might not like this, but it's Michael Hutchinson. Michael Hutchinson is the backup on this team right now. And yeah, I'd really not like to see Frederik Andersen go down. I think that we won't see much of Hutchinson, but he'll get a couple starts while Jack Campbell's out over the next 4 weeks. Joey Anderson. Joey Anderson's number 28 on the Maple Leafs. Number 28 is Joey Anderson. He's 23 years old. He's young. We got him from New Jersey in the Andreas Janssen trade. He's got 3 years on his contract. We re-signed him this offseason, and the first 2 years of that deal, it's a two-way contract, so we can send him up and down to the AHL, NHL level as we please. But after that, it becomes a big league deal, and we can't do that. He would have to go through waivers. So Joey Anderson, I'd like what I've seen from him so far tonight. Hasn't got much ice time, but he can be a valuable piece on this team. He's very young, and he's emerging. We really offloaded a contract with Andreas Janssen, and Joey Anderson, he might be valuable on this team. Yep. You got it right, Robert. Hutch and Wall is on the taxi squad. Let's go. Chuck says, go Leafs go. And he also says, smash the like button. hit the notification bell. If you haven't already, smash it. It helps out the channel in the big way. Smash it, hit the notification bell, share this channel with a friend, tell a friend to tell a friend. We are on here for a long time. We got a long night ahead of us still. We're about to head into the second intermission. Hopefully the Leafs can keep the lead. They've been outplayed in a huge way this second period. And after this game, I'll be on here with Rib a bit. Rib's going to join the stream. I'm not going to end this show or anything, start anything new. No. Rib's just going to join the stream after the game, and we're going to give our thoughts on the game as a whole. Wow. Let's go. Letting in had a big chance there. But it's well, Donnie says he hasn't watched much. I'm gonna update you, Donnie. Leafs were up 3-0, and now it's 3-2. And the Maple Leafs have been outshot in a huge way this second period. We went into the second period up 10-1 in the shots compartment, and right now it is 16-15 in the shots compartment for the Calgary Flames. The Calgary Flames are just outplaying us the second period. Maple Leafs looks like they're starting to get their legs back under them here with a couple minutes to go in the second, though. We need to really, really get our stuff together here. And in that third period, we can't allow the Flames to outplay us, or we will lose this game if Calgary continues to play this way. Like, Frederik Andersen's actually been standing on his head tonight. He has been standing on his head tonight. Frederik Andersen, he's caught some tough bounces. That one goal, the first goal of the game that Calgary had, there's nothing you can do about that. That Johnny Gaudreau goal, that was unreal. The setup, just right in the slot. That's a problem. That's a problem for the Maple Leafs defense. They have not been able to clear out front of the net and down low area, and that's a big, high percentage scoring area. And it's a power play for Calgary. Damn it. Marner took a penalty. It's a trip. It's a trip. That sucks. Yeah, Jack Campbell did play well. Jack Campbell played well on Sunday at 4 p.m. It was a weird start time, but Jack Campbell did play well. And unfortunately, he got injured. That's tough. John says, what if Wall got hurt? And if Wall gets hurt, I'll play goalie for the Maple Leafs. I will try out, and honestly, I'll play goalie for the Maple Leafs if we need an emergency. Oh, what a save from Andersen. I'd play if need be. Chuck says, night, everybody. Have a good night, Chuck. Thank you for sticking with us for the last hour, 38 minutes. Robert says he thinks the fireworks are going to go off in the third. It's a close game, and I wouldn't be surprised to see it. I really wouldn't be surprised to see it. The intensity is building up. You see Matthew Chuck. He's fighting for space out front of our net, and that's where the fireworks started last game when he did that to Jack Campbell. If the Leafs go down in this game, or even if this game becomes tied, definitely expect Wayne Simmons to drop the gloves. I think that he will. I think he will if the Maple Leafs really lose all the momentum and are down in this game. I think that's when Wayne Simmons gives this team a spark and uplifts the locker room. You're funny, man. You're funny, William. The Zamboni driver will come in if Wall gets hurt. And yeah, I thought about answering it that way, but I'd do it. That'd be fun. Go Leafs, go, everybody, and let me know in the comments what you're thinking. We have 1 minute and 5 seconds left in the period. 1 minute and exact time here on the power play. and second period remaining, so it's interesting. Maple Leafs really, really got outshot this period in a bad way. 19 or 18-5 shots this second period. That's tough. We really got outshot this second period, and we need to come out motivated in that third period. If the Leafs win, this is Jason. He says if the Leafs win, will be because of Anderson standing on his head this period, and Frederik Anderson was the biggest bright spot of this Maple Leafs team in the second period. Absolutely. Especially taking into consideration that he really didn't even he only faced one shot in that first period, and that's difficult to stay focused for an entire game as a goalie. I never played goalie, but I asked Casimir Kaskasuo on a past interview, and he said that yeah, it's more difficult to stay focused through an entire game if you're not facing many shots. You want to face shots and stay active, and Frederik Anderson, he's played a hell of a game, especially considering that first period with only one shot against him. Go Leafs go, says Robert. Go Leafs go. Get it going in the comments section. We are now in the intermission, second intermission. Share this video with a friend. Smash the like button. Hit the notification bell. This game is crazy, says Spikester. This is a fun game, and I'm glad I chose this game to do a reaction video. Been on here for over an hour, 40 minutes now. Thank you guys for watching. We got a lot more to go. This stream will probably go around another hour, if I were to guess. And it's fun. It's fun doing this. Agreed about Frederik Anderson has been outstanding here. Let's get everyone's thoughts about Frederik Anderson, about the Maple Leafs, what you've liked or didn't like. We have a comment that I love right here. Rusty Nails, great point. Leafs need to regroup for the third period. And I'm gonna pull this stat out. Just because I want to make sure that stat is correct. We were getting outshot in a big way. I think we were outshot 18-5 in the second period. Let me make sure I'm correct. We were outshot 18-5 in the second period. 18-5 in the second period. That's unacceptable. We came out in the first period, outshot them 10-1, and then got outshot 18-5 in the second period. We need to regroup for the third period. Sheldon Keefe, this is where you make your money as a head coach in this league. Regroup the guys, gather them. We have the veteran presence in Wayne Simmons tonight. Jason Spezza, Joe Thornton out of the lineup. Wayne Simmons, I'm calling on you. Gather these guys. Rally them together. Let's go. Third period hockey. We need to really get together as a team. Regroup. Take a deep breath. Keep calm and believe. Keep calm and believe. Let's have a big game here. Let's go. Third period. This is where you make your money as a head coach. And I think that we're going to come out and have a big third period. We need to outshoot them, and we need to outscore them. It's the name of the game, isn't it? We have Robert says, thank you for doing this. Thank you. I mean, I love doing this. I really do love doing this. Thank you to everybody who's been watching for the past hour, 45 minutes. And I'm going to be on here probably for another hour or so. It's been a long, grueling night, but hey, I'm going to be doing these reaction videos a lot more. I'm definitely going to be doing them a lot more. I like doing them. If you guys like them, let me know in the comment section. But I really think that this is fun. It's fun coming on here, watching the game with you guys, and getting everyone's thoughts and opinions. That's what matters. It's Maple Leafs fans talking to Maple Leafs fans. That's what Maple Leafs media is. And it's really just about the fan interaction. Let me know what you guys think. We have, why is John Tavares responsible for zone entries when William Nylander is the best puck handler on the line? They've been struggling to enter the zone the past couple of games. Yeah, I mean, I think that when they do enter the zone, though, and they've been, like, they enter with so much confidence, and I love what that line has been doing. I really do. That's a small detail, and that's something that Sheldon Keefe, he really needs to figure that out in practice. That's something that they need to practice and figure out, get on the same page. But I think that this team, they'll figure it out. They'll figure it out. It's just still the first couple of games of the season, and I haven't really noticed that issue too much here tonight. But I think that we'll be good. We'll be good with our zone entries. Everyone stop saying our team will get hurt. Think positive. Test negative. Don't everyone forget that. So yeah, uh, the more positive we are, positivity is crucial. We got to be positive, and as a fan base, you love to support your team. The Maple Leafs have had a great start to the season. There's been some rough games. The first two games are rough, but we've really stepped it up since then. And the Maple Leafs, I truly believe that they've done a great job supplementing their core pieces with the necessary pieces for we've really surrounded them with adequate pieces this season. Kyle Dubas did a hell of a job this offseason. Considering how little cap space he had, he did a great job. Fourth line has been very, very impressive. And you know what? Shout out to Travis Boyd. He's got his interview going on right now. Pierre Engvall set him up, but first goal as a Maple Leaf in his first game as a Maple Leaf, Travis Boyd, who's won a Stanley Cup with Washington. He's a veteran, and that's a valuable asset we have on this team. So many depth pieces. It's great to see that we can give Jason Spezza a night off to rest. And I got a comment on Instagram that said, why are the Maple Leafs disrespecting Jason Spezza? I don't think that him sitting out this game is disrespectful to Jason Spezza at all. I think that this is simply a rest night for Jason Spezza and giving Travis Boyd an opportunity. What's the point in having these players sit on the taxi squad doing nothing? That's going to hurt. That's really going to hurt their development. Travis Boyd sitting there doing nothing, that's not going to help him out either. So Travis Boyd, love to see him step up in a big way when he gets his opportunity. It's what it's all about this season. Depth. Depth pieces are going the teams with the heaviest loads of depth, they're the teams that are going to go furthest in the playoffs. We have Jason. Soup is going to get one eventually. He's been close so many times. I've been preaching this the last couple of shows. Shout out to you, Jason, for that comment. Great one. We've seen Ilya Mikheyev grinding night in and night out on the penalty kill, wherever. 5-on-5 even strength. He's just skating so hard. He's a speedster, and he's had a number of opportunities. He had a great one tonight. You set up by Tavares and just fanned on the shot on a one-timer. It's tough. He had a wide open net. The opportunities are there for Ilya Mikheyev, and he's really going to produce. He's going to get on the score sheet. It's just a matter of time. He's just got to keep doing what he's been doing because he's looked great out there, and he's actually been a standout player to me. Ilya Mikheyev's efforts, they haven't gone unnoticed. Like I just said, he has been a standout player for the Maple Leafs, just not contributing on the score sheet, and that's unfortunate. I hope he keeps doing what he's been doing. Cappy scored the game winner for the Pens. Glad to see Leafs alumni doing well. Well, Kasperi Kapanen get his. I'm not sure if that's his first as a Pittsburgh Penguin or what, but yeah, I'd like to see Maple Leafs players having success elsewhere. Obviously, I'd like to see them have success in Toronto, but I really think that we won that Kasperi Kapanen trade, and I know it's early to say that, but we offloaded Kapanen's contract. We got 15th overall pick, which is Amarov, and I think that he's going to be a special player at the left wing position. And look at Philip Hallander. I don't think a lot of people really know who Philip Hallander is. I think he's 20 years old, and he is a center. Philip Hallander can be a special player in this league. He was the second best player in the development system of the Pittsburgh Penguins at the time of the trade, and I think we got a really special player in Philip Hallander. I think that he can fill in the third line center position within the next couple of seasons. I wouldn't be surprised to see Hallander on this team next season. Hallander, he can bring a lot to this team. I really believe that. And if anyone's just tuning in now, I've been on here for an hour 50 minutes. I got another hour or two to go, however long this game takes, and then I'll have Rib on here post game to talk a bit more about this game. And for anyone who hasn't already, make sure you smash the like button, hit the notification bell, share this video with a friend on your Facebook, wherever. If you're watching on Facebook, share it. It helps. Share it to a group, share it to your personal profile. It really helps. It gets more comments, more engagement, more viewers, and it helps. Every viewer is more engagement, and it's more questions being asked that one of you might not have even asked and might have wanted to know yourself. We have other questions here, or comments rather. Robert says he was sort of shocked to hear about Line being traded. Thought it would take a bit longer, but they got a heck of a player back. So glad the Leafs picked Matthews first overall. And just give me a second here. I'm going to grab a drink and then I'll address your question. I've been talking for a long time. Yeah, so you know what? My thoughts on the Line trade is Patrick Line, and you might agree or disagree, whatever. I think that the Winnipeg Jets won this trade, and it's early to tell and stuff, but I think the Jets won that trade. Getting Pierre-Luc Dubois back he's an exceptional center, and their centers are now really good. They've got a really good center group in Winnipeg. Patrick Laine, I'm not discounting his skill and his athletic ability. He's a great winger, but the center position is more valuable than winger. And I also think that it's a legitimate possibility. Patrick Laine just doesn't re-sign. He just doesn't re-sign in Columbus. That's a definite possibility. And him and John Tortorella, they might not really get along very well. I think it's absolutely a legitimate possibility that he doesn't re-sign in Columbus. He goes elsewhere, and it's like Matt Duchene all over again. I think that the Jets won this trade right now, but as the other part of the comment, so glad the Maple Leafs took Matthews first overall. Absolutely. Austin Matthews is that guy. A stud. He is a stud first overall pick. There's been so many busts. You cannot say that about Austin Matthews. He's a special player. John says, John Howard, shout out to you. Always here in the comments. Leafs need to step it up. Hard work and elbow grease. Grind it out. Let's go, Leafs. Let's go. Leafs really need to pull it together. We were outshot 18-5. 18-5 in the second period. This team needs to come together and step it up in the third period. Be consistent like they were in the first period. We need to be consistent through the full game. Second period, we need to recover from that. Let's go. This third period is going to determine who wins this game. Calgary Flames very well. If they go out and do what they did last period, the Calgary Flames are going to win this game. The Maple Leafs need to step it up right now for the rest of this game. We need to outshoot them. We need to score more goals. Out-hit them would be just icing on top of everything. Let's go. Hyman really completes the Matthews line. Never separate them. Zach Hyman is just a workhorse. You can put him anywhere in the lineup, but I agree. Him with Austin Matthews and Mitch Marner, that chemistry, it's great. Zach Hyman's a workhorse of that line. He'll go in. He'll get the puck in the corner and just feed it out to Marner, who feeds it to Matthews. I love this line together. Zach Hyman, he's a special player. He's a workhorse, and he belongs anywhere in this lineup. He can fit anywhere in this lineup. Extremely expandable, and like I've said before, every single penny he makes this offseason, he's got coming his way. Do you think that Matthews will re-sign and be the Leafs' all-time goal leader in goals? The current leader is Matt Sundin with 420. That's really high praise, and really see like the fact that we can even ask this question and be serious about it just goes to show how great Austin Matthews can be. I think that if he does re-sign, which it remains to be seen, and I think he will ultimately, as long as the Maple Leafs are contending and doing well and make it past the first round, I think he'll resign. And I think if he does resign a long-term deal, he will be the leader in all-time goals. I think that he definitely could be by the time his career's over. He's just a beast. He's an animal out there on the ice. Special kind of player. Laine is better than Dubois, but Dubois is a better fit. And he plays a more valuable position as well. Dubois playing center is more valuable than the wing. And Laine, he's a gifted goal scorer. I'm not going to discredit that, but I just really believe when it's all said and done, Winnipeg's going to come out as the winner of that trade. Of the top 3 players drafted in 2016, only one of them has over a point per game, and that's Austin Matthews. Austin Matthews, absolutely great stat, great point. David says, do you think the Leafs will hold on here in the third? Oh, I hope so. I sure hope so. If I'll go out here and say this, if we played the way we did that second period, no, not a chance in hell. The Flames will score 3 goals and it will be a 5-3 victory for them. But if we play like we did in the first period, I think we can really pour it on and we can get another 2 goals here. It's really going to be interesting to see what happens. But I think the Maple Leafs, we can pull out this victory. We just need to bounce back and recover. Let's see this team regroup. Rusty Nail said it in the comment section earlier. This team needs to gather together and regroup in the dressing room. Because what we saw in that second period was unacceptable. Getting outshot 18-5 after outshooting them 10-1 in the first period. Can't have that. Cannot have that. We need to be consistently consistent, like Maple Leafs media is, bringing you content on a daily basis. We have some comments here coming in. I'm trying to get to as many as I can. The period's coming up soon. Jason says, Leafs can't keep having these inconsistencies and expect to win. They had a really good first period, and I'm going to top that. I'm going to say they had a great first period and a bad second period. Horrendous second period. Even though Boyd scored, Freddie has kept the Leafs in it. Frederik Andersen has been standing on his head tonight. Frederik Andersen's been outstanding, and the Maple Leafs in the second period, you read it right here. Jason said it spot on. They were awful in the second period. Getting outshot 18-5, not cool. Outshooting them 10-1 in the first period, that's awesome. I love the Maple Leafs we saw in the first period. Can we see them in the third period? Because the third period's been a little painful for the Maple Leafs at times this season. We got outshot a lot in the third periods of the games. If you look back at the stats through each of the games, majority of them we got outshot in the third period. We need to outshoot the Flames here in this third period. Finish strong. Let's go. Robert says it. Go Leafs, go. Go Leafs, go. Let's go. Toronto can't hold the lead. They have to dig deep. Let's get her done. Let's get her done. Yeah, there's no parking the bus here. We can't just sit back and chill and hope for a victory. We got to go out there and we got to earn this victory. The Maple Leafs need to give it their all. Dig deep. Dig deep. Hyman is a valuable player on any team in this league, and absolutely, that's because of how much of a workhorse he is. He gets in so many dirty areas. He's willing to do anything to win. Any team would love to have Zach Hyman on their team. We have, will Anderson resign if they offer him a contract? You're not talking about Joey Anderson, because the ON is who Joey Anderson. He's got a 3-year deal. But no, Frederik Andersen, if they offer him a contract, I don't know. I don't know that he resigns. That's a really far away. It's really far time from now, but a lot can happen this offseason and stuff. There's other free agent goalies on the market, but Frederik Andersen's going to want to get paid. He's going to want to get paid, and I don't know if we have the money to pay Frederik Andersen this season. It remains to be seen. I hope we can get a deal done, and I hope Freddie has a big year this year, but that really remains to be seen. We've got a bunch of comments here. Okay. Yes, Henny, you're right. Anderson has been doing pretty well this game. And again, talking with the E, Freddie Anderson. Freddie Anderson's been standing on his head. Third period's underway. Let's see it continue. The Maple Leafs, I'd like to see them get 15 shots here. Really pour it on. Double up their totals, their shot total for the first 2 periods in the third period. Get to 30 shots this game. That's a magic numbers, 30 shots in a game. And if they can do that, I think they come away with a win. Let's go. The Flames are starting out speedy here. So we are over 2 hours, and for anybody who is new to the channel, or if you're just stopping by for the first time, or if you're consistently here, shout out to you. Thank you. Make sure you smash the like button and hit the notification bell. If you're on Facebook, share this video to your page, any groups, hockey groups, whatever. Really helps out the channel. Helps me out a lot. Let's go, Willie. No. Let's go. We got 18:40 remaining in this game. We have the Rated R Superstar says Leafs 2067, and hopefully we win a cup before 2067. 100-year Stanley Cup drought. It's like the Chicago Cubs. I don't want that. I really don't want that. We have. This is an interesting comment. I'm gonna talk about this in a second. Next face off for whistle we got, I'll talk about that comment. Let's go. All right, so back to that comment here. It says Leafs may look for a goalie that can win a playoff round, and I feel as if that's a shot at Frederik Andersen. So the thing about Frederik Andersen is I think we ask too much of Frederik Andersen at times. He's a starting goalie, yes. You need to ask a lot from your starting goaltender. But Martin Biron said it himself. Martin Biron, he played 500 NHL games. He was a backup goalie for his majority of his career. And I had him on here for an interview. He knows better than most people. And he said that Frederik Andersen, by the time he got to the playoffs last year, he was just exhausted. Absolutely exhausted. He faced so many shots, played the third most minutes in the NHL last year. That's incredibly difficult to do. The only 2 goalies that played more minutes than him last year, Carey Price and Connor Hellebuyck. Frederik Andersen is extremely underrated. He plays so many minutes, and he's so valuable to this team. Frederik Andersen, he can win us a playoff round if we have him more rested. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens with Jack Campbell. We need to allow Jack Campbell to get healthy and then get him into the games more. Get him into more games for the second half of the season. We really need to pull away from the rest of the Canadian division while Jack Campbell's down, so Jack Campbell can get more time and rest up Freddie more for the playoffs. Let's go. Flames have continued their domination here early. Oh, Giordano's stick went flying. But the Flames have been outplaying us here in the second period as well. We got to go. We got to put the pedal to the metal here. Let's go. Step it up, boys. Oh. Nice save. So Frederik Andersen standing on his head. Absolutely standing on his head out here. We have... Who's winning the Stanley Cup? I don't know who's going to win the Stanley Cup. It's way too early to tell. What's a bonus about Zach Hyman is Leafs gave up Craig McKegg for Zach Hyman. Leafs laughed and ran with Zach Hyman. Yeah, awesome. Awesome. We got to steal with Zach Hyman. He's so valuable to this team. Absolute workhorse. Engvall looking good, and you like to see that. You like to see that, Gordon. You'd like to see Pierre Engvall and Travis Boyd, these depth players stepping up, because I've been saying it throughout the entire show here. The past 2 hours, I've been saying it. The more depth pieces that contribute to the lineup, the more success you're going to have. This season more so than any other season with the pandemic, when positive tests hit, it's inevitable, I think, that they're going to hit. And when you have Engvall, Travis Boyd, Spezza, Robertson, players that can step into the lineup and don't have to play night in and night out, that's very beneficial for your team. And I'd expect the teams with the most depth to be the last teams remaining in the playoffs. Yes, he does. Pierre Engvall's look good out there tonight. But the Maple Leafs, right now, they're playing too soft and they need to get it together. Let's go. We haven't gotten a shot on goal yet this third period. We've been outplayed second and third period so far. This is tough to watch right now. Get her done. Get her done. Alicia, for copyright reasons, I cannot turn the camera and show you the game, but I can show you my reaction to the game. I can't, for copyright reasons, show it. I'll let you know what's going on, though. I'll let you know what's going on here. Maple Leafs are currently down, or up 3-2, 15 minutes to go in the third, getting outshot 22-15, and let's go, Wayne. Wayne Drake. Oh! Jimmy Vesey almost scored there. I thought I was going to light the lamp again. I really did. Wayne Simmons with a hustle play there down low, feeding it out front to Jimmy Vesey. Wayne Simmons has been all over the place these last couple of games. Robert Ferguson, get her done. Get her done. Let's go. Let's have a solid finish to this game. Final 14 minutes. Let's go. Nice. Bogosian with a good defensive play there. That's a veteran play by Wayne Simmons right there, but it ended up being icing. Damn it. Robert's giving us a little prediction here. I say by 10 minutes left, if the game's if the game's tied, I believe, that's when we'll see the Wayne train spark it up. And Jason, thank you for this comment. Smash the like button. Hit the notification. Smash the like button. Hit the notification bell. You'll be notified every time I'm live here on Maple Leafs Media. Come out with a new video. I'm bringing out content as consistently as I can. I'm gonna get some more of the viewers on here that are always in the comments section, because there's a lot of you guys that are always in the comment section for every show. And if you're new to the channel, smash the like button, hit it. It really helps out in a big way. Let's go. We got 13 minutes to go. And Frank, Rusty, I see your comment. I'll get to that very shortly. This fourth line's looking good out here. They're giving a lot of effort tonight. That was a weird angle shot. So after the game, I'm not going anywhere after the game. I will be here for probably another, I don't know, half hour to an hour after the game, and I will have Rib on here. We'll get his thoughts on what's transpired here tonight. This is my live reaction video to the Maple Leafs vs. Calgary Flames, and this has been really fun. I will do more of these live reaction videos if you guys would like me to. I think this has been fun, and I'm happy to see that we've had viewers consistently throughout. It's good to see. It's great feedback, and I got that comment from Rusty Nails. I'm going to talk about it at the next whistle. 12 minutes left here in the third. Let's go. We really need a spark. I'm kind of regretting playing Morgan Riley in my fantasy right now over Justin Hall, because Hall had an assist earlier tonight. Oh, wow. We're allowing too many opportunities here. And I'm just going to post this up, William. I talked about it earlier. I'm just gonna post it up there. Leave that up there for a couple minutes. Nothing but respect to George Armstrong. George Armstrong, Maple Leafs legend, most games played by any Maple Leafs player, franchise history, won multiple Stanley Cups with the team, played for the team for 20 years. I've got a video about him on this channel. He's in the top 15 Maple Leafs of all time. Hell of a player, George Armstrong, Maple Leafs legend. Rest in peace to him. And here we go. We've got a Maple Leafs penalty. And that's tough. Calgary power play. And the Maple Leafs have really been getting outplayed recently here. We need to step it up in a big way. Let's go. Let's go. We need to see it. And I'm going to get to that comment from Rusty Niels. We saw Bogosian. He's been okay. The first couple of games, I got on him. I got on him in a big way. He's a slower skater compared to a lot of the guys in the NHL. He's had a big injury history, but he has been playing much better. He's been playing better through the past couple of games, rather. And if he can continue that, that's great. But I do think that there's going to come a time where we need to give him a rest night. I think we need to give him some load management because he's never played a full 82 game season. And even with a shortened, condensed schedule, I think that we need to see Rasmus Sandin a bit. We see Mikko Lehtonen in his third game in the NHL. But what about Rasmus Sandin? That's the one thing that I'm not understanding about this Maple Leafs team. Why is Rasmus Sandin not getting playing time? It really does not help at all to have Rasmus Sandin sitting on the taxi squad. It really doesn't help at all. What to say? Frederik Andersen's been playing lights out tonight. He's been outstanding. Robert says he's going to ask if I'm doing this again. I will be doing this again, and I appreciate you coming on here and doing this, watching this with me. It's fun to come on here. It's fun to do this. Let's go though. John Tavares takes a penalty. We got a big penalty kill opportunity. Let's see our penalty kill. Let's see them work under pressure here. Let's go. 11:32 left in the third. And I see the question. I see the question from Dan. And I believe I remember Dan was in here for our Montreal pregame. And you know what? Shout out to the Montreal Canadiens. Like it or not, the Montreal Canadiens, they've got a hell of a squad over there. They really do. I'm a Leafs fan, but I'll talk about Montreal. They look like a damn good team. Got to call a spade, right? Montreal. Shout out to them. They've surprised a lot of people. I think a lot of people underrated them. I really do. And that's tough. That's tough. Just as I'm talking about Montreal, Johnny Hockey puts in another goal on us. I hate to do it, but I got to light the lamp. And no, William, it's because it wasn't in regulation. But it's tied up. Tied up. That was a snipe. And man, oh man. That's a tough save for Frederik Andersen to make. Justin Hall tried blocking it, but he just got in the way of Frederik Andersen there. That was a tough play. Justin Hall tried to make the right defensive play, but he got in the way. Damn, John's so mad at the Maple Leafs right now. I'm getting a bit frustrated myself. Think about this. We outshot the Flames 10-1 in the first period, and ever since we've been outshot 23-6. 23-6 shots for the Calgary Flames since the first period. Wow. We've been outplayed the second and third period. We really need to regather and regroup this past intermission, and it doesn't look like we've done that. Calgary's come out to play. At this point, I'm being honest, if Like, obviously, a loss hurts really, really bad at this point. You're up 3 goals, but at this point, losing in overtime might not be a very bad might not be a bad thing. And yeah, Dan, I remember you. I remember you. Absolutely, I remember you. I got a good memory. I go over every single show I do here, and I watch the entire thing. I watch the entire thing. I'm always looking for ways to get better. And if you guys have any recommendations, things I need to fix or get better at doing, let me know, and I'll take it. Constructive criticism, I appreciate it. I respect your Montreal Canadiens and what they're doing this year. They look like a good team. They're a good squad. The Maple Leafs need to get their crap together right now because this is annoying. This is really annoying right now. First period, woke up the sleeping giant. The Calgary Flames, a sleeping giant. I guess Maple Leafs just haven't really played at all. They've looked really bad these past 2 periods. This has been bad. This has been bad. Wow. Um, what's everyone's what's everyone's thoughts here? Hey, thank you, Dan. Thank you. I appreciate that. If anyone here is new to the channel, or if you've just dropped by for the first time, or if you're returning, make sure you smash the like button, hit the notification bell. It really helps out my channel. I've been on here for the past 2 hours and 16 minutes, and I'm going to be on here for probably another hour and a half. This is really fun, and it's not really fun watching the Leafs do this, but it's fun coming on here and talking to fans of all teams. We had a Calgary fan in here earlier, got a Montreal fan in here. It's fun talking hockey with other hockey fans in the league. The Maple Leafs need to get their stuff together right now, though. This is bad. We outshot 5-1 in the third and 18-5 in the second period. Keep my cool. Keep my cool here. The Maple Leafs. Let's go. Let's regroup, regather. It would be a real troll job of the Maple Leafs to score a goal with like a minute left though. And just absolutely troll Calgary fans. Just get their hearts going. That'd be fun, but I don't want to be on the receiving end of that. Um, William says he's making prediction 400 subs before Friday. I don't know what I'm at today, and I think he's talking about me. But that would be fun. I would really appreciate that. 400 subs, it's a milestone, and there's a bright future for Maple Leafs Media. I'm going to continue bringing out content, and day in and day out, I'm always working and finding new ways, thinking of new ways to bring out content. I'm going to bring some of the viewers on here in the near future. I think the next week or two, I'm going to find a time where we can get a bunch of the viewers who have been here consistently, and we're going to get them on a show here. I think we can fit 10 viewers on the screen. So if you're interested, reach out to me at Maple Leafs Media on Instagram or Maple Leafs Media Facebook page. Maple Leafs right now, we need to get some more shots going. We really do. Just liking hockey and being open-minded is definitely what you're doing. Keep up the great work. Thank you for the comment, Dan. Thank you for the comment. See, we're different fans. We're different, but we're the same. We're hockey fans, and it's just great to have hockey back right now. There's a lot of uncertainty in the world, but there's one thing that's for certain, and that's that we have hockey back. It's just fun to talk with other members of the hockey community, other hockey fans. It's really fun. So thank you all for watching this. It's been so fun, this whole journey of getting to the point that Maple Leafs Media is at now. And we've got some big news for you in the near future. Let's go, JT. I think that Wayne Simmons should really get a spark going here. Wayne Simmons should get a spark going. This is the time where you want the Wayne train to really hype up the team like he did game 1 against Dan's Montreal Canadiens. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get the Wayne train going. And that's not gonna. Okay. Okay, we're trying too much pretty stuff, and I'm not liking this. We need to get some more shots going here. We just need to get some more shots on net. Yes! Let's go! Mitch Marner. Woo! Let's go! I'm lighting the lamp, baby. Woo! And just in case that's not annoying enough, let's go. Woo! Nice. And you know what? That's a fantasy point for me. Morgan Riley on the assist. I'm happy I played him now. That's a hell of a shot from Mitch Marner. 4-3. And if you go all the way back to the beginning of the show, that was my final score prediction. It was 4-3 Toronto. So that'd be great if we can hold this lead and get another goal. I don't want 4-3. I'm more hungry now. I want 5-3. Let's go. Let's go, Maple Leafs. Dan asked, has Tavares scored? I actually have to think about this for a second. I don't think he did score tonight. No. No, he didn't. It was Matthews, Marner, Boyd, and Matthews, Marner, Boyd, and Simmons scored the first one. So no goal from Mitch Marner or from John Tavares tonight, but Mitch Marner, Mitch Marner, Austin Matthews, Travis Boyd, and Wayne Simmons. The Wayne train gets a goal tonight. 4-3 Toronto right now. That goal will start to deflate the flames. How about we extinguish the flames? Let's go. Let's go. Put out the fire. Let's go. The Maple Leafs have really gotten some energy back with that. We need to maintain it, and we need to close this game out. 7 minutes to go. Matthews, Boyd, Marner, Simmons, they got the goals tonight. The Wayne train. The Wayne train. All aboard the Wayne train. Let's go. Woo! Marner leading the NHL in points right now. It's still early. Goal and an assist tonight. Mitch Marner, he's looked damn good out here this season. Great night from him. He's been all over the place. Woo! Let's go. Let's go. Yep. And Jason, yes, I said it was a fantasy point for me with assists. He's also in the Maple Leafs Media Fantasy League. He has Mitch Marner on his team, and Mitch Marner has been valuable for you this season and tonight. That was a good pick you had. I don't know what round you took him, but Mitch Marner, he looks like a damn good pick right now. 100%. Hockey lives in Canada, and we've got viewers from all over the world. I know we've got viewers from the States. I was looking at some insights on the channel. Some people from the UK. We've got a couple of people from Australia, always in the comment section. Hockey lives in Canada, but it's really started to expand globally. Shout out to everybody who's really tuned into this channel. I appreciate everybody who views this channel. Thank you, everybody. Let's go. Mitch Marner puts the Leafs up 4-3, 6 minutes left. Let's close out this game, and then we're going to get Rib on here to let us know what his thoughts on this game were. Let's go. Let's finish this out. Close it out strong. Oh boy. Gaudreau's having a hell of a night out here. Bogosian went into the boards weird. He's looking slow. I think Bogosian's hurt. Just looking at him. He looks like he's pickled or something. He's really not looking very good. He looks injured right now. Yeah, he's skating off the ice. And that's the opportunity right now. That's the opportunity to get Rasmus Sandin next game. I know that we scratched Travis Dermott, and allowed Mikko Lehtinen to play tonight. If Zach Bogosian's unavailable next game, we need to get Rasmus Sandin in this lineup. It's really pointless to have him sitting on the taxi squad doing nothing. Let's get him in. And if Zach Bogosian's unable to go, he looks fine right now, but If he's unable to go, that's the time where you get Rasmus Sandin in here. We have Go Leafs. Go Leafs. Go Leafs go. Great job. Maybe an up and coming Don Cherry equivalent. Don Cherry. I'd love to be on Don Cherry's level. Not quite there. Yes, Sandin next. So Robert agrees with me. We definitely have to get Rasmus Sandin in the lineup one way or another. Even if Zach Bogosian's not like crucially injured or anything, I think that we have to get him some playing time. And on this Alberta road trip, I'd like to get Sandin in. He's a first round draft pick, and it really, really doesn't hurt. It doesn't help at all to have him sitting on the taxi squad doing nothing. Yeah, we have been getting hit by the injury bug. Nick Robertson, Jack Campbell, Joe Thornton. These injuries hurt. It's early in the season, and everybody in the NHL is going to deal with it. I think more so this season than ever before. You look at what happened in the NFL. They didn't have a training camp, and that affected the players. They got hurt so much. The implications that the pandemic are going to have on this season as well. There's going to be a lot of shuffling the lineups, and there is no excuse this year. Okay, the teams with the most depth are the teams that are going to be the most well equipped to go further in the playoffs. And I really believe that the Maple Leafs are good. They have a lot of solid depth pieces. We've seen it tonight with Travis Boyd, Pierre Engvall. I think that the teams with the most depth are going to go furthest in the playoffs. The Maple Leafs, we need to stay healthy as good as we can, but it's inevitable to have injuries in a season. And I think I'd rather have these injuries now at this point early in the season than later in the season going into the playoffs. Because a lot of these injuries are Campbell's out for 4 weeks, Thornton's out for 4 weeks, probably another 3 now, and Robertson out for at least 4 weeks. So they're all the same timetable, and yeah. So I think that getting them back will be beneficial. Obviously. Oh man, that was tough. That was tough. Almost had a rebound go in. Let's go. 5 minutes remaining. Maple Leafs are playing good hockey right now, and they need to keep it up. They've got the shots going for them now. This third period, 4-3 game, under 5 minutes. I'm pumped. I'm pumped up. Freddie's looked outstanding tonight. He's really stood on his head, and the 3 goals. If you've been watching this game, you'd know that these 3 goals, you can't really place the blame on him. We were outshot 18-5 in the second period, and the whole period was just in our defensive zone. So Frederik Andersen's been out there. He's been playing a hell of a game so far. 4 minutes to go, and I'm not going anywhere. After this, Rib's gonna join me, and he's gonna be coming on here to give his thoughts on this post game. We'll talk more and get thoughts of everyone from Leafs Nation. So if you're watching this on Facebook, it would really help if you shared it to a friend. Share it. Share this video on your page, a group, a hockey group, whatever. If you are new to this channel or just returning, smash the like button and hit the notification bell. Keep dropping your comments and thoughts. The more engagement, the better the show, the more discussions we'll have, and the longer I'll be on here tonight. It's a late night game tonight, different start time. So, yeah, on the Eastern Standard Time, it's different. I didn't even consider that this is a 9 o'clock start. Wayne Simmonds out here. Let's go. Ooh, Wayne Simmonds is just bouncing all over the place right now. Energizer Bunny, that guy. At 32 years old, he's bringing the intensity, and I love to see it. Let's go, Engvall. We got our fourth line on. 2 minutes, 55 seconds. This is where Sheldon Keefe puts his trust in everyone in the lineup. Everyone in the lineup's trusted, and you gotta have that accountability on this team. I like that. And Dan, 5:30 comes quickly for work. You have a great night, Dan. Thank you for coming by again. Shout out to you. And yes, I've said it multiple times. I'll say it again. Your Montreal Canadiens look pretty damn good this year. They look really damn good. Only team in this division with without a regulation loss. You like to hear that from a Maple Leafs fan? There you go. You got it. Uh, Flames should be pulling their goalie soon. You're right, Robert. I would be definitely soon. And the Maple Leafs, we got to keep control of the puck. Keep control of the puck and make it impossible for them to pull their goalie and get more opportunities. Let's go. 2 minutes, 19 seconds left. And Calgary has a power play now. That's a really untimely delay of game penalty. Wow. Oh boy. I might have a reaction to this. Damn. Let's go. 2 minutes. Nice. That's a good start to the penalty kill. Clear that thing down nice. And we got a prediction. I'll show it right now. William Bennett says Marner gets the empty net. That'd be big for Jason's fantasy team. 2 goals and an assist here. Let's go. Bad timing for this penalty, though. Let's kill this penalty. This is where the penalty kill unit makes their money. This is where Sheldon Keefe makes his money coaching these guys on this penalty kill unit for big time moments like this. Great play by Hyman. Oh, jeez. Cleared it down. Oh, he missed wide. Oh, it's a yeah. So penalty kill. You can shoot it all the way down. It doesn't matter. There is no icing. That's big. That might work to be an advantage, but nice. All right, 1 minute. Under a minute left. Let's go. Let's go. William says, "Who's in the box?" Joey Anderson serving the penalty right now. It is a delay of game penalty, though. It was a team penalty more so than anything. Let's go. 36 seconds. Let's go. 36 seconds. Oh boy, Calgary's entering the zone here. They're entering with speed. "15 seconds. Anderson's looking weird right now. Okay, he's good. He scared me there. Anderson looked like he was hurt or something. He really is scaring me there. Okay, 10 seconds left. Let's go. Let's go. No last second heroics in Calgary. Let's go. Let's extinguish the Flames in a big time way. Start the season off 2-0 against the Flames. That'd be huge. And man, before the game started, if you were to rewind all the way back to the beginning, you'd know that my score prediction for this was 4-3. So I'm feeling pretty good tonight, feeling special, whatever. It's not a big deal, but 4-3 for Toronto right now. I've been on here over 2.5 hours. It's been a long live show, and I'm gonna be on here post game as well. Rib will be joining me. Uh, let's just win this game and move on to the next. You're right, Robert. Let's just win this game. Uh, so for anybody watching this video, share this video. Let's get more people in here for the post game talk. We'll be talking a bit after this game, post game, give our thoughts. Rib will be joining me. 10 seconds. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2. They did it, baby. They did it. Maple Leafs win 4-3. And there's some scrappiness at the end of the game here. Who else but Tkachuk, eh? Tkachuk's going after everybody. Weasel. Matthew Tkachuk just snapping on everybody. Wah. Matthew Tkachuk. Maple Leafs win. I love it. Love to see it. And oh, okay. Now I see why. Okay, you know what? I see why Tkachuk snapped a bit. Jake Muzzin. Oh, he's snapping on the bench. Tkachuk's going off. Next time these two teams play, there's gonna be fights. Jake Muzzin after the whistle or the horn went, he just flicks the puck at Matthew Tkachuk. That's funny. Wow. What a game though. Leafs win. Leafs win, Jake. Yes, John Howard. Leafs win. And you know what? You're right. You're right. I've said this myself. He is a weasel, yes, but every team would want him on their team. He's like Brad Marchand, Matthew Tkachuk. They're the same kind of player. They're like, you would hate to play against them, but you want to have him on your team. So this reaction video, it's not done yet. I'm going to be joined by Rib in the next few minutes, and we're going to be talking about our thoughts on this game as a whole. And if you look back at the beginning of the game, I'm super excited. I had a correct score prediction, 4-3 Toronto, and the Maple Leafs come away with a 4-3 victory, goal scored by Travis Boyd, Austin Matthews, Mitch Marner, and Wayne Simmons. The Wayne train started it all tonight. Love to see contributions up and down the lineup. Your top line guys, your bottom line guys, and Wayne Simmons, Travis Boyd. Everybody contributed, and you need to see constant contributions through everybody in your lineup. Teams with the most depth this year are going to be the teams that succeed in the playoffs. And the Maple Leafs, they've got a lot of depth, and they showed it here tonight. Yeah. Yo Mama says, did you see Matthew Tkachuk getting mad? Muzzin. Yes, that was Jake Muzzin. He really stirred the pot a bit at the end of the game. He said, you want to do that to my goalie yesterday? We're going to come out here with a 4-3 win. I'm going to flick the puck at you to just rub it in your face. There's bad blood between these two teams now. If there wasn't already, there's bad blood between these two teams. And the next time that these teams play, they play 7 more times. The next time they play, there's going to be fights. There's going to be scraps. It's going to be scrappy. It's going to be ugly. And I've got somebody else joining me. The show's not done now. So we're going to continue talking about this game. If you haven't already, make sure you smash the like button, hit the notification bell. If you're on Facebook, share this video. We're over 2 hours, 38 minutes now. And I don't know how much longer we're going to go, but the next man I'm welcoming onto the show tonight, he's gonna help extend this show a little longer. And he's a familiar face on this show. The Calgary Maple Leafs game is done. Let's get his thoughts on it. Let's bring in Rib here for tonight's post-game reaction. Rib, how you feeling about tonight's game?
It's a very good game. I liked what I saw from both teams. I think it was a really close, good game. I think it was a tale of multiple different periods. We obviously saw the Leafs were all over the Flames in the first period. The Flames looked like they had no business even being on the ice in that first period. I believe it was Brian Burke that called them out at an intermission. That he's glad they had no fans there to watch them.
Yeah, you know what? That first period, the Maple Leafs dominated, and then the second period, the Leafs just looked like an absolute different team. The Flames came out in the second and third period. They really dominated the second and third period of this game, but the Maple Leafs come away victorious. Ultimately, 4-3 Toronto. That was my prediction at the beginning of the game. Let's talk a bit about some certain players. Robert says, welcome, Rebby. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you. Always nice to be here.
And And for those of you who haven't, smash the like button, hit the notification bell. I got a question for you, Rib, and this is just I don't know if you caught then what happened there, but Jake Muzzin at the end of the game flips the puck in the face of Matthew Tkachuk, and you know it's a bit of a weasel move from Jake Muzzin, but I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. Matthew Tkachuk had a little fit after. So my question for you: these teams are going to meet 7 more times. Is this Toronto versus Calgary matchup going to become a rivalry?
I think so. Although I think for it to fully properly become a rivalry, Calgary's going to have to win a game. That's going to be a big stepping stone for them for the next few games. But both games have been really close. There's obviously some bad bloods between the teams working up already, and I think that was just evidence at the end. We already knew Matthew Tkachuk liked to get under other players' skins, and obviously he bothered Jake Muzzin to the point where he was more worried about taking care of Matthew Tkachuk at the end of a win than perhaps just getting off the ice. So I think that's a prelude of things to come.
Yeah, and somebody in the comment section, I think his name's Po Buddies Nerfict or something. Yeah, he commented it's nobody's perfect but backwards starting letter. He commented that Kachuk's a guy you'd love to have on your team though, and absolutely I gotta agree with him. Matthew Kachuk, you hate to play against him. He's like Brad Marchand in that way. He's gonna get under your skin. He's a bit of a weasel to play against, but as a teammate, he'd be a great teammate and someone you'd love to have on your team. I definitely expect this to be a rivalry, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Muzzin go at it with Matthew Kachuk next time.
Yeah, I think Toronto's definitely going to get a healthy diet of Tkachuk's all season between Brady and Matthew, and I think you summed it up perfectly earlier. They're both players you don't like to play against, but you'd love to have them on your team.
Absolutely. We've got Mark Williams says that was a good game. That was a good game. Not as a Maple Leafs fan, not for the entire game. It wasn't a good game, but ultimately we got a win, so it's a good night.
I think I would have to say, and you can tell me how you if you differ on this, Jake. But I would say that's definitely one of the most entertaining games from start to finish that the Leafs have played throughout the season. Very end to end, very fun to watch as a fan.
It has been. It definitely was one of the most entertaining games of the season, and Calgary put up a good fight. It was a bunch of bumps and bruises around. Like it was a lot of bumps. It was a bumpy roller coaster finish, and I'm just happy the Maple Leafs ultimately came away with the victory. But this will be a rivalry. These are two of the best teams in the Canadian division, Calgary, Toronto. I expect them to be in the mix of things come playoff time. I expect these two teams to be in the Final Four.
Yeah, I could see this actually being a really good playoff matchup.
Oh yeah,
I think I think all of us, even just hockey fans, have a vested interest in seeing Toronto, Montreal, and Edmonton, Calgary matchups just for obvious rivalries. But I think this could be a pretty good matchup too come playoff time.
absolutely. And everyone's laughing at what Jake Muzzin did, except for Matthew Tkachuk. I thought that was really funny. I really did. And Jake Muzzin, he's friends with Drew Doughty. I think they played together in LA, so maybe they got a little something against Matthew Tkachuk.
It'll be interesting to see if the Chuck comes back the next game against them and gets buzzing back in his own way.
Yeah, I mean, he was very salty, as Nevin says, very salty. Slammed the door on his own player. Matthew Tkachuk, he had a fit after the game. I mean, I love to see it as a Maple Leafs fan, but Maple Leafs, I'm just happy they came away with the win. And I mean, how about the depth of this Maple Leafs team? The Maple Leafs depth players really came out to play tonight. The Maple Leafs, they scratched Jason Spezza and Travis Dermott tonight. And they had Mikko Lehtinen come in, and they had Travis Boyd come in. And how about Travis Boyd scoring his first goal with this team in his first game as a Maple Leaf? That's a hell of a performance from Travis Boyd. Looked like a hard worker, and I think he's going to get more playing time. What do you think of Travis Boyd tonight?
I really liked what I saw from him. Obviously, he has that winning pedigree that we've seen coming from the Washington team, and I think he brings a lot of both intangibles to the Leafs, but he's also shown in the last now with this game and getting on the score sheet that he does belong out there too, and it's not just all the intangibles off the ice skills. And I think Travis Boyd will be a key part of this team moving forward in a fourth line, third line capacity on any given night. I don't think he'll be in the lineup perhaps every night, but I think he played really well. and I think he's going to challenge for a spot from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've said this numerous times. Jason is always saying it in the comments section. Shout out to him as always. He's, I mean, we've been saying it. It's further down the stretch in this season with a pandemic. It's inevitable. I believe that teams are going to have cases and positive tests in their locker room. There's going to be a lot of injuries. We've been hit by the injury bug hard as Maple Leafs fans already, but we're going to see depth play a major role in this season, and I think that the Maple Leafs, they've got so much depth, and that's really beneficial for them. We have questions here, and you know what? We got a trade question, and if you want to, you can send in trade offers, trade requests. I've been on here for 2 hours 45 minutes, but I'm ready to go for another 30 to an hour, whatever. You guys can dictate how long we're on here. This has been a fun thing. Ron Keats says, good game. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Ron Keats, nice to see you in here. Jake Ozzy wants to get some Freddie love. Rib, what do you
There it
have to
is.
say about Freddie tonight?
He had a really solid game, and I think you summed it up perfectly, Jake, when you said that the team as a whole for the Maple Leafs dominated in the first period, and the second and third were definitely not the strongest periods we've seen from them. And Freddie was a backbone there and really showed what a good goalie is capable of. And there's one save above all else that really stands out to me from Freddie through the night. And I think that was the save on Elias Lindholm, where it appeared to everyone watching that he had a wide open net. And that was as good as in the back of the net. And Freddie just came across, protected the play that the Flames use commonly, and was right there with his glove to make a big save when the team needed it. And I think Freddie was really solid all night, and yes, he does deserve some Freddie love.
Absolutely. Steady Freddie. He deserves love tonight. Leafs Nation, we get on him. We get on Freddie a lot. We really, really do. We should be signing like a thank you card to Frederik Andersen and sending it to the Maple Leafs arena, Scotiabank Arena. We should be sending him a thank you card for the performance he had tonight. Standing on his head. What a win. And it was on the back of Frederik Andersen. He was the backbone. He really kept us in during that second period when we were outshot 18-5. And thinking about it, that's after a first period where he faced just one shot. That's really difficult to really stay focused as a goalie throughout the entire game, especially just facing one shot. Hell of a performance from Freddie. We have, we'll get back to that in a minute, Nevin. He kept us in it. Giraffe Sensei says, are we winning? And you know what? The Maple Leafs did win 4-3. If you went back all the way to the beginning of the show, that was my score prediction for this game. I love to see it. Camden, huge game, fellas. Love to see it. Kachuk had a Karen fit. Oh boy.
Oh, Jake Muslin.
Did you see the other Flames players looking at each other during Kachuk's antic? Like, this guy's messed up. I didn't see that, but I just saw. I was just steadily watching Matthew Kachuk there. But you know what? He's a fierce competitor, and looking at it on TV, it can be easy to say, he's having a fit, and he was. But it's easy to make fun of him and stuff. But you know what? He's a fierce competitor and a great player.
Yeah, I think that ultimately just comes down to showing how much each one of these players truly does care on a night in, night out basis. And that's really what enables us as hockey fans to constantly see the game we love at the highest level. If these competitors and these players didn't bring it on their top level each night, the game wouldn't be as quality. And I'm glad that we do have players like Matthew Tkachuk and Jake Muzzin in the NHL that do give their all and are constantly giving all the ticket holders and all the fans, whether watching at home or in the arena, when we're allowed to go back, the price of admission and then some.
Absolutely. And Matthew Tkachuk, he's just, we've said it multiple times, he's a guy you want on your team. I'd love to see Matthew Tkachuk in a Maple Leafs uniform, and any Flames fan, you'd hate to see him gone from that organization. Matthew Tkachuk, he's a heart and soul piece of the Calgary Flames. How about this stat, though, from Jason? Always shooting the stats in the comments. Thank you, Jason. This is a great talking point. In their first 8 games of the season, Mitch Marner scored 2 points in 6 of those games. Wow. When he gets 2 points in a game, the Maple Leafs are 6-0. That's a very telling stat. Mitch Marner What have you thought of his performance so far this season?
I thought Mitch Marner has really impressed me throughout. I think he's actually been one of the best players in the Maple Leafs so far this season. And I think you also saw a really strong game from Austin Matthews today,
Oh yeah,
which bodes very well coming back off an injury. If anyone noticed in the first Calgary game the other day, Austin Matthews definitely didn't seem like he was back 100%. He was still kind of getting his legs underneath him. So it was a really refreshing sign to see him come out and play so strong today. And I think this team will ultimately go where Marner and Matthews lead them. When your best players perform and they come out to play, the team will follow. And I think the telling stat is 6-0 now when Marner scores 2 points. If he can keep games like that up throughout the season, the Leafs are going good places.
absolutely, absolutely. Mitch Marner, he said before the season that he wants to take more shots and he wants to shoot and score more often because we all know that he's an elite playmaker. He's one of the best playmakers in the NHL. We all know that. But Mitch Marner, he wanted to add that shooting ability and take more shots, and he has definitely done that this year. He's contributed with goals, 5 now, and assists. He's got a bunch of those as well. He's leading the NHL in points after tonight's outing, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him there at the end of the season. He's got a real chance to get there at Ross. I know it's early, and I mean, he does have a chance to, but it's early. Let's not talk about the awards yet. Mitch Marner has done an exceptional job, and Mark Williamson really hits it on the head here. He looks like he wants it more this year. And I think that you can say that about every one of the Maple Leafs core four. What do you think of that, Rib?
I think that ultimately comes down to the last few years, what they've seen in the playoffs and the play-in round in the last year, and these guys really want it. They're sick and tired of being out of the playoffs. And
Absolutely.
I think that's the turning point. That's what it's going to take for this team to move on farther than they previously have. And if they can keep that mentality throughout the season, I wouldn't want to be another team in the playoffs playing this Toronto Maple Leafs team.
Yeah, definitely. This is an interesting comment here from Robert. I was just reading this here. Tad about hate to play against, but love to have on my team. Kachuk, I'd rather have on my team than Brad Marchand. And I agree with you. I really agree with you. I think Brad Marchand, he's a great player for sure. But I think he benefits more from the line than he plays on than Matthew Kachuk does. Which of these two players would you rather have on your team?
For me, that's an easy one. As much as I do think Brad Marchand is an underrated player around the NHL, and he has more skill than people give him benefit for just because of his antics and other things, Matthew Tkachuk is a franchise player. He may not be on the level of an Austin Matthews, but I think there's a very good shot that he ends up being the next captain of the Calgary Flames. And you can see with the line he plays on that he really drives the play there. And I think as far as his own antics, there's that fine boundary of that walking line. You've seen some of the stuff Marchand's done. You've seen what the Tkachuks have done. There's a difference. And I think he's able to balance that between being a very skilled player and helping out his team, but also playing it with a bit of an edge and getting under the skin of the other team when he needs to. And I
Yeah,
think any team would be lucky to have him. And as Leaf fans will see throughout the year, and as Calgary fans see on a nightly basis watching him play, he's just a fun player to watch. Love him or hate him, he
he
brings a
is.
lot of excitement to the game.
He is. Like looking back at some of those LA Calgary games last year, those were interesting. LA, Vancouver, and then the Battle of Alberta. Of course, it's always heated, but since Kachuk's come, there's been even more of that rivalry. And Matthew Kachuk, he's love him or hate him, he's a player that you definitely enjoy watching because he's he's just that kind of guy. And you know what? Yeah, he's not going up to people and licking their faces. That's just weird.
I think
What
that
he
would be
did.
very frowned upon given the current world situation this
Oh
season.
yeah, imagine that too. Like during this pandemic season, Matthew Kachuk or Brad Marchand or whoever just goes up to another player, licks their face. Like, wow. Yeah, you know what? That's a good point. That's a really good point. How about this though from Rusty Nails? He's been dropping the comments throughout the past 3 hours, and this is a great comment. I said in the second intermission that Sheldon Keefe needed to come out and make adjustments. And Rusty Nails, I'm with you. I think he coached this game perfectly. There were some bad moments in the second period and most of the third, but Keefe coached this game well. kudos to Keefe and the assistant coaches. Sheldon Keefe, he's not afraid to mix things up and change things in the lineup. But I really think that Sheldon Keefe, he's a player's coach, and the players love to play for him, and that's really showed. How do you think Sheldon Keefe coached tonight?
I think he did really well, and I think games like this give me hope with this Maple Leafs team moving forward. Because we've seen teams in the past that weren't quite cut out to advance farther. And games like this, where they came out with such a strong first period and weren't able to carry that over to the second and third, you would perhaps see them give up a lead and look a bit deflated. But I think the hallmark of a good team is the fact that the Leafs were able to hang on to that lead and then end up coming out with the most important 2 points. No matter how pretty or ugly it looked, they won a game when it needed to be won. And I think, again, that ties back to Sheldon Keefe always being able to willing to make adjustments, trying out different long line combinations when need be, and ultimately just having faith in his guys and trusting that if he puts the players out there that he trusts in, that they'll come through.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love to see him shuffling up the lineup a bit, giving other guys a chance. And I saw Zach Bogosian. He looked hurt today. He went into the boards pretty fiercely. So I think that this is an opportunity. If I'm Sheldon Keefe, I'm putting in Rasmus Sandin next game and seeing what we have. You really have to consider Rasmus Sandin sitting there on the taxi squad is not beneficial at all, and it hurts his development as a player. But Sheldon Keefe, he's done a great job of rotating this lineup and fixing multiple things that need to be fixed throughout the lineup. And I want to go even further up the chain of the front office here. I want to go from Sheldon Keefe to Kyle Dubas. Kyle Dubas, he's got a lot of criticism, a lot. And that really stems from the William Nylander contract deal that I think is a bargain. That's because he was too giving in his contract negotiations with the core four, Nylander, Marner, Matthews. He let them kind of dictate the contract and their money. And he made them happy. He appeased them. But Maple Leafs fans didn't like that. That's what it seems like, at least. And now, fast forward to this offseason, we signed names like Joe Thornton, Wayne Simmons, TJ Brody. A lot of veteran guys. Travis Boyd, another depth piece we saw tonight. We signed a lot of depth pieces and players that will help out our core and help them develop even further. I think Kyle Dubas did an exceptional job considering how little cap space he had, how little wiggle room there is, the flat cap situation. What do you think of what Kyle Dubas has done with this team?
I think it was good additions. I think we've touched on this earlier and we'll touch on it all throughout the season. The trademark of the true great teams this season is going to be the depth, especially given all the uncertain circumstances, as we've seen with players such as Ovechkin being placed on injured reserve and on the COVID restricted list. We watched a Washington team lose their starting goaltender and one of their star players right off the bat. Any team is susceptible to that in any given moment. And having the most depth that you can possibly have, it's going to be the most beneficial. So I think tying back to Kyle Dubas, those depth signings are going to be key for the Leafs going on further down the season. Whether it be a hamstring injury, a separated shoulder, or a pandemic-related illness, I think it's always pays to have depth, and we've seen it especially with the defensemen. Someone like Rasmus Sandin has yet to crack the lineup. There's depth there. And having the forwards like Joe Thornton, Travis Boyd, Jason Spezza, they all have specialties and they all have roles. And they can all fit in where need be. And I think that depth will truly be what separates the Maple Leafs from some other teams in the Canadian division further down the stretch.
Absolutely. I agree with you. That was all valid, great points you brought up there. Like Kyle Dubas did an exceptional job this offseason, and I don't think he got enough praise for it. I think that some of us were still salty about the contract negotiations, but he's made two promises since he came here to Toronto. And the first one was he's going to re-sign all the core four. Some of us, not myself, but some of us didn't like how he re-signed them and said he was too giving with the contract negotiations. Whatever, he got them done. And then after that, this offseason, he said he wanted to become a tougher team to play against. And I certainly think that this team has been tougher to play against. Would you not agree?
Yeah, I think that's been transparent. You're not seeing other teams take liberties on the Leafs. They have players out there that stand up for the team, and I don't think you're going to see another situation arise where you have Jason Spezza being the guy that has to lay the spark. I think
Yeah,
there's now some key players like Wayne Simmons and Jimmy Vesey that have the size, have the physicality, the little bit of extra edge to the game, as we touched on earlier with the Chuck, that certain players do bring to the lineups. And for the Leafs, that's not Wayne Simmons. He's their guy. Jimmy Vesey to a certain extent, but Wayne Simmons is their guy. When someone needs to be stepped up for, that's who you're looking to. There's no questions asked. There's no looking around the lineup. There's no looking down and up and down the bench. You know who's coming for you. If you mess with the Leafs, Wayne Simmons will pot a goal on you, and then he'll get a fighting major the next minute.
the Wayne train. The Wayne train's been contributing a goal in the past 2 games, and I think that we have to talk more about the Wayne train. I see some comments about Kyle Dubas. We'll get to them after. Let's talk a bit more about Wayne Simmons and what. I mean, I'm just gonna give you my thoughts. I'm gonna spill out a bunch of stuff here, and then I want your thoughts on Wayne Simmons over the past 8 games, the first 8 games of the season. I think Wayne Simmons. We saw him make contributions outside of the score sheet for the first 6 games of the season, and then when he got to Alberta, he finally got a couple bounces. He got 2 goals. Tonight's goal was really nice off of a cross crease pass. Wayne Simmons, his contributions go far beyond the score sheet, and that's in his ability to fight and drop the gloves, hits that he makes, his veteran presence and leadership in the locker room. What do you think of Wayne Simmons and him finally getting on the score sheet these past 2 games?
I think it adds another dimension to his game, and I think that only benefits the Leafs going forward. Because obviously, when Wayne Simmons is there bringing leadership and toughness, that's really important. But if you can get guys like that to be on the score sheet, whether it's on a nightly basis or even on a every second game, every third game type of basis, just putting in a few extra points here and there, that's going to lead to that depth scoring that's really going to make the difference. And I think it's a positive turn to see Wayne Simmons finally be able to get on the score sheet. And I think there's only more of that to come as he fits in further with this Leafs team and gets more comfortable.
Definitely. You said depth scoring, and that was crucial here tonight. We saw our top 2 guys, Mitch Marner, Austin Matthews, contribute, and you'd love to see that. And then you look further down the lineup, Wayne Simmons and Tyler Boyd contributing 2 offseason additions that really, they're just another pieces to this, 2 more pieces of this puzzle that we're trying to solve to get to the Stanley Cup. It's been a long, grueling process since 1967, but I feel as if we're getting closer and closer. Let's uh let's stay on track here in this Canadian division. Mark Williams says Dubas has done a great job in my eyes, and I don't think this is a comment I would have seen very long ago. Like a couple of months back, I don't think I would have seen this heading into this offseason. I think this, and it's not specifically at you, Mark, but I think that this comment would have been, we need to see Dubas get fired. He kept the 4 horsemen together where everyone said it was impossible. He has done a hell of a job. Shout out to Kyle Dubas. Dude, all aboard the Wayne train. He looks great this season after having a few bum seasons. But you know what? I think that he's just been a victim of circumstances on the New Jersey Devils, on the Buffalo Sabres. That's really tough. That's really tough. And Wayne Simmons, a guy at his age, over 30, he's 32 years old. He finally plays on a Maple Leafs team where he fits in and he knows his role. It's perfect. He's got a good role here. We have a question specifically for you, though, Rib. And this comes from Ecom Patrick. Rib, tonight, who was your best player on the ice?
Okay, well, two things. I'm happy to see Econ Patrick back. Haven't seen him in a few episodes, so I'm glad he's coming back out to support the channel. And tonight, my best player on the ice, I think we got to go with Mitch Marner. It's back to what Jason touched on earlier. The Leafs are 6-0 when he scores 2 points. I think it's a toss-up between Marner and Matthews, but I think Marner's just impressed me a little bit more tonight. He was doing all the things that needed to be done, both offensively and stepping up in the defensive zone when need be, and he had a great game.
Yep, that's a good pick. That's a good pick. And I'm going to go off the board here. I don't think, because it says players, it doesn't specifically say skaters. I'm going to go with Frederik Andersen. Frederik Andersen don't get it wrong. He is the reason that the Maple Leafs won this game. That second period, he was just harassed by shots from the Calgary Flames. We really couldn't get anything going offensively. We couldn't get the puck out defensively. Frederik Andersen stood on his head tonight and helped lead this team to a big victory. Mitch Marner, that's a great pick as well. He had a hell of a night, and he leads the NHL in points. Hell of a job from Mitch Marner. Frederik Andersen, this was an all-around great team victory. We have Mark Williamson says Simmons is great, always out to win, and gives 100% every single shift. And you know what? I'm gonna go and add on to this a bit more. Wayne Simmons does that. Joe Thornton does that. Jason Spezza does that. Our three veteran presence guys, they all do that. And these veteran pieces are so valuable. They're good mentors for Austin Matthews and Mitch Marner. They all go out there night in and night out, and they give it 100% every single shift because they know every single shift is another shift closer to the ultimate goal of winning a Stanley Cup, something that none of those guys have accomplished.
I think you missed one guy in there, Jake. Not necessarily a veteran presence, but I think someone that I always see 100% from every shift, every single game.
John
And you
Tavares?
especially see him on the penalty kill.
Okay.
Ilya Mikheyev.
Yeah, I've been talking about him a lot tonight. Give me your spill on Ilya Mikheyev.
He just does all the small things. He may not show up on the score sheet every single night, but on a third line role, you absolutely love a player like that. The speed he brings, and on the penalty kill especially is where I've noticed him. He's got a few short-handed breaks now where he's been able to generate really good opportunities, and he's got his legs moving. And the more players that can play like that in a team, the better they're going to be. And it's a cliche. It's an old saying, skate hard, skate quick. But Mikheyev brings that every single night, 100%. And I think you also see that where he's not a more veteran presence. This is what, his second season with the Leafs?
Mm-hmm.
He's got the young energy. He's still got the energy in his legs.
Absolutely.
He's got all the gears to skate and go. And I think that's a big thing that really helps him out on this team. And I think he's got to be grouped in with those 100% effort guys every shift.
Absolutely. I agree with that. Ilya Mikheyev, he's looked really good out there through the first couple games of the season. And, you know, he had a really slow start the first couple of games, and then once we got to that Winnipeg game, he's really been a standout player for this team since then. And the past 5 games or so, he's been a standout player on the ice. He really has been. He stood out to me just the way he's flying up and down the ice on the penalty kill. He's generating offensive opportunities, not something that you can necessarily do every single game, but he's been doing it. He's just not gotten on the score sheet yet, and it's going to pay dividends for this team with Ilya Mikheyev giving his effort that he does every single shift. He's going to get on the score sheet, and it's going to happen soon. Mark my words, Ilya Mikheyev is going to have he's going to have it. He's going to have a lot of contributions coming in the near future. We got a question for you and then a question for me. So what do you? This is from Jason. I've been talking about this a lot tonight. What do you think of the Maple Leafs being third in the league in face-off percentage at 57.3%?
I think I'm going to start this with 2 player names that I think really tie back to the stat. One former player and one current player. Manny Malhotra coming in on the Leafs coaching staff and really making the world of a difference. And Jason Spezza. He knows his role. He's their face-off guy. He's working on that hard in practice every day to ensure that he keeps his spot on this team. And I'm not sure exactly what his face-off stats are now. I haven't quite looked into it, but I remember a few games ago he was up at like 75% on the season. I'm not sure if he's still hovering around the mark, but that's remarkable. That's you send Spezza out there in the defensive zone or the offensive zone. You're getting possession 3/4 of the time, and you don't have to worry about it. You know he's going to win it cleanly. And I think that ties back to bringing in Malhotra in a coaching capacity. And when you have a veteran like Jason Spezza, I don't see how that's not going to wear off in the Leafs, which I think you're seeing up and down the lineup. Because you best believe when you're practicing against another centerman like that in practice every day, you're going to get better at face-offs by osmosis. Because they're competitive guys. They're professional athletes. You think they want to get beat by Jason Spezza on every single faceoff in practice?
Yep. I mean, I think that up and down the lineup of our forward group, right in the middle, the center group on the Maple Leafs might be the best in the league. Like up and down, you got Tavares, Spezza, Matthews, and then Kerfoot. Our center group is exceptional, and they've looked really good out there. They've done a great job winning faceoffs, and they all contribute on the score sheet as well. Question here: can we beat McDavid, and how? The answer is yes, we can beat Connor McDavid. We've done it once so far this season, and I think we got to take the same approach as we did the last two games. We got to really cut off his angles. Justin Hall did a great job of that. Justin Hall did a great job of shutting down Connor McDavid. As much as you can shut down Connor McDavid, it's really tough, daunting task to do. He's the best player in hockey right now. And you also got to consider Leon Draisaitl as well. I think the Maple Leafs, their approach to it, the last two games were perfect, spot on. You got to do the exact same game plan that you did the last two games. Coming up, we're going to play Edmonton 2 games in a row. We have to replicate the same formula defensively that we had just about a week ago.
And I think that also ties back to McDavid is a supremely skilled player. You're not going to be able to keep him off the score sheet every night. But the more the Leafs can contain him, and with the defenseman like Justin Hall really shutting down his angles and limiting what he can do on a nightly basis, we've seen the Edmonton team doesn't have the most depth. And the more you can shut down the top players, a Draisaitl, a Yamamoto, a McDavid, Eugene Hopkins, the more success you're going to have. And I think with the Leafs team and given the depth they have, that's an advantage they have over them. And they can really utilize that to not only just shut down McDavid, but to really focus on all those key four offensive contributors for the Edmonton Oilers to beat them in the next 2 games.
Definitely. And there's a comment I wanted to put up here. It said, how can we beat Edmonton? And that's something that I will be talking about. When's the Edmonton game? Tonight's what? Today's
a Tuesday.
Tuesday. So today's okay. It's Wednesday now. Wow, I've been on here
Wednesday,
for 2 days.
officially.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's Wednesday now. I might be on here, I guess, later tonight, Wednesday night, talk about the Oilers because I believe we play them Thursday. So, yeah, stay tuned for the pregame show later today or tomorrow, wherever you are. It might be different. Tomorrow, Wednesday night, we'll have how we can beat the Oilers again. We did a pregame show for the Oilers last week. We'll do that again this week, and I'm really excited for this matchup. We've extinguished the Calgary Flames for the past 2 games. We gave them their first regulation loss and overtime loss of the season. I loved what I've seen from the Maple Leafs over the past couple of games. This has been 3 hours and 12 minutes on here. This has been a long show. What are your final thoughts about this game, Rib?
There's many more to come, and it's just the start of some really good hockey by your Toronto Maple Leafs. And I think I'm comfortable saying now I've been really impressed with the Canadian division, or I guess it's the North Division, technically, so far, and what you've seen. Every single matchup between these Canadian teams, you're seeing some really good hockey. And I think it's important to keep that in perspective as we go on that we're not going to see this every single hockey season. And this really is a magical season in that way. To constantly get to see these matchups. And as Leaf fans and as Canadian hockey fans, we really need to enjoy that. And the Leafs have shown that they can more than hold their own with this division and perhaps lead the pack in the long run. So it's a good position to be in, and I hope they maintain it throughout the year.
It's a great start. It's just that though. It's a great start. As you said, the Canadian division, the North Division, it's fierce competition. There's blood in the water now. We've seen the Calgary Flames for the first time, and it looked like a bit of a rivalry sparked here. There's going to be more to come with this series between these two teams. It's going to be fun. I'm going to be doing more of these live game reactions, though. I got a lot of good responses here. Been on here for over 3 hours. I'm super tired. It's been really fun, and Thank you for this comment. We need to get these guys some more subscribers. Maple Leafs Media. Maple Leafs Media. Tell a friend to tell a friend. We're on here night in and night out, just putting in work, bringing you content, the best Maple Leafs content possible. And if you haven't already, please make sure you smash the like button, hit the notification bell. Go Leafs, go! The Maple Leafs with a 4-3 victory. I predicted it at the beginning of the show. It would be a 4-3 Maple Leafs win, and I hit it. I hit it spot on. I'm happy. Mark, we will be back here tomorrow for a pregame show previewing the Edmonton Oilers, Toronto Maple Leafs. Hope to see you there. Smash it, hit the like button, hit the notification bell. Rib, what are your closing words for the show?
Thanks to Maple Leaf Media. Obviously, I was only on here for a brief period of time. Your man Jake's been with you all night watching the game, and appreciate the hard work and the effort he's putting in on a nightly basis. It's a long stream for him. I'm sure it was a long stream for all the viewers on the other side too. It's a grind of a stream, but we really appreciate the support. And again, smash the like button if you haven't. If you haven't subscribed, come back daily for great Maple Leafs content. And we'll always be here being consistently consistent and making sure that you're up to date on all your Maple Leafs media and all your Maple Leafs content needs. See you guys, be safe, and have a good night.
Absolutely. Thank you, Rib, and thank you to everybody who's been in here, whether you've been here for a couple seconds or the whole 3 hours. I mean, Jason, Robert, Mark, just to name a few. Sorry if I missed you. There's a lot of viewers in here. A lot of you guys have been on here for the whole 3 hours, and it really means a lot to me to have just the constant support from Leafs Nation hockey fans. We've had some Leafs fans, some Flames fans, some Habs fans stop by. Whatever hockey fan you are, if you just want to talk hockey, come here and talk to us. We're willing to talk hockey to you guys. Love doing it. Love having you all on this show. Thank you so much for your comments and your interaction. And I'll be doing a show in the near future where we get a bunch of you guys on. It's going to be 10 of us on the screen, and we can just talk hockey, get everyone's thoughts, get more engagement with the viewers. So tell a friend to tell a friend. Maple Leafs Media is on the come up. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for sticking with us for the past 3 hours. And I'll be back here later tonight, Wednesday night. Thank you for watching this video. Until next time.